Welcome one and all to another amazing night here in Tranquility.
We absolutely are in for a treat of a match here tonight, no question about it.
And the grenades from PUGs eliminate everybody on the field.
Now I'm between something as well. It's going to be a fly pad with that blossom, and it's going to be huge. Fighting three.
The double kill with the Bastion ulti? Alright, I see you guys.
For B-Well, look to find a stick there, finds the stick, they find two with it!
Those who find the picks will save the fight, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
And Cam with the four-man punch off the map!
Experience tranquility.
Hello everyone and welcome to day 2 of the Tranquility event week. Of course, we are raising money for Rise Above the Disorder. I can't talk today. Today is of course the URM PUGs, as you can read above me. And of course with myself, Karma, we have to my left, Denji. How are you doing on this fine, wonderful evening?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Finally got the move in. Of course, as my background looks a little bit different than Thursday. If you guys didn't know, I was currently moving. Literally after that stream ended, I took apart my desk and basically moved out here. So getting ready to watch some Overwatch. Exciting Overwatch today as well, of course, since it's the URM PUGs event week. What more can anybody ask for?
Yeah, event week. I've been part of Trank for only 2 seasons, but every year event week is really fun. Especially later this week, favorite event, probably most people's favorite event is later this week, being the admin PUGs, where us as a community get to beat up the admins in Overwatch.
Yep, and of course, if you guys don't know, the event week is going on. So obviously today is the URM PUGs. Tomorrow is the 1v1 arena tournament. On Tuesday is the 3v3 elimination tournament. Wednesday is Widowmaker Wednesday, in my opinion, 1v1 tournament. Thursday is Brawl Night, and Friday is Staff PUG. So if you're excited for that, keep on tuning up. We'll be excited to have you.
And tonight we're doing the underrepresented minority PUGs. I casted this during the off season this past year. So a lot of returning people that I saw participated in it last time, and excited to see what wacky compositions come out this time, because I saw a lot of different things and none of them made sense because it's PUGs, not a match.
Yeah, and of course, if you guys don't know what PUGs are, it's just basically just pickup games. We're all here to have fun, not really all that serious. Some people do take it a little bit too serious, some people don't. We're all just here to have fun. First map, though, is, of course, Nepal. Obviously, it's going to be a King of the Hill map. It's going to be very exciting. What are your thoughts on what we're going to see with Nepal, even though it is PUGs and not a professional match?
If it was a professional match, Ryan is really present, but since it's PUGs, you pretty much are gonna expect to see anything. Last time I casted, I think I saw. Luckily I didn't see AC-130 last time I casted on King's Row, but I did see Pharmacy and Ball and a bunch of other random stuff that just kind of came out randomly as points. But if there's one tank I would want to see that just is not played on Nepal at all for the most part, I probably would be Doom. I haven't seen Doom since he got nerfed in Season 2.
Yeah, Doom is actually, yeah, Doom is very, very bad right now. He'll be fun to watch. I think, in my opinion, one of the more fun DPS that's out there to play is just Ashe. I think she is always fun, especially with it being April Fool's weekend. I believe there will be the April Fool's voice line. So I know you were talking about it before. The new Fred, Bob. Oh wait, I forgot my butler's name. Oh, it's
Fred, I mean Bob, do something.
It's gonna be very funny to see all the googly eyes on all the points, objectives, everything like that. If you guys want also to donate, we are raising money, of course, as well to rise above the disorder. We are hoping for 4,000, but if you guys, obviously, it's a very lofty goal. If you guys press exclamation point donate to see everything, we will have it. Currently, we're sitting at 125 down below. So yeah, we're trying to raise money for it. It's a fun organization. Started.
All right. So heading to the first point of Paul, it will be Village. Now, honestly, looking at Village, as I suspected with both teams, neither composition. Well, red team's comp actually does make a little sense. Blue team's makes next to zero sense because of the backline.
Yeah, I know Cleopatra is not going to be happy with probably a Mercy on their team, but that's just me being a support player. Mercy Lucio has a lot less healing. Honestly, both teams are making Brawl, especially on Village, one of the best Brawl maps in the game. Oh, Rain switches to Kiriko, of course, as we see the TPs go out. Oh, both teams taking the high ground. Actually, never mind. Blue team is taking the low ground, I believe. Yep. Maybe slipped off, maybe not. Who knows? Literos is on the Orisa, so I'm actually excited to see that sort of difference between the two. Cannonzana is just taking poke around the sidelines and just trying to get this point until the point unlocks.
Yeah, and with the Orisa does do a little better into Ryan unless Sky puts a shotgun in the face of the horse. But Orisa did get nerfed this past mid-season patch where they decided to give Sombra an indirect buff, and so you can now hack Orisa out of her Terra Surge. So if you want to do like what my friends did in comp, you can literally just EMP an Orisa just to say, screw your ult, I'm not gonna get killed by it. Yeah,
and Sky TP's into the backline, killing Biscuit, whereas Cleopatra's just sort of getting run down right here. Orisa's trying to spin him around, gets the spear off. May has no ice block now, so that's going to be very interesting for her. Cleopatra runs into the bell. It looks like as they sort of both teams reestablish here, red team on the high ground, blue team on point, just waiting to get their cooldowns down and just waiting for this mid fight.
Yeah, and Sky just having the Reaper in the front line, he does so much damage up front unless Quintanar just kills out the Reaper outright, but res does come off here, so so they gotta worry about the Blossom that Sky is actually nearing very close to.
Server close.
And server closes. Yay!
Something that plagued me before, server closing is always not a fun time. Hopefully we'll be resetting it and going back to hopefully the same map. If not, I know before I was having issues with it a few weeks ago where we had King's Row, sorry.
King's Row.
Well, I mean, do you not play Rhine on King's Row? It's basically King's Rhine. But we literally had to play that map like 5 times to get it to work. We finally got it to work on Winter King's Row, and it was just a whole issue. But going back to that whole thing as well, we saw the Orisa comp come out. We saw the Rhine comp. Obviously, with Rhine, you want to sort of stay on the low ground. But what were you sort of already seeing there that could have been made some improvements, as well as to sort of what red team could do to help get them win the point?
Ignore the Reinhardt.
Yeah.
He's not gonna do let's let the Orisa do what she wants to do with the Rhine, because Orisa has spear spins, javelin spin, the spear, and the fortify that pretty much doesn't know anything Reinhardt wants to do. The only really big issue for the red team was Sky's Reaper shoving the shotguns up pretty much the whole entire red team's face. Wherever Sky went, whoever Sky went after, they died.
Yeah, it basically, no matter what, it ended up a kill. I know there's a few times where Sky TP'd it into the backline, got a kill, faded out. Very, very simple Reaper stuff, but a lot of stuff that Reaper loves to do. He loves to get close quarters, especially with an Orisa, who is the headshot hitbox of a Mack truck. So, especially
most tanks have a headshot hitbox the size of a Mack truck.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like Orisa's is a lot bigger because it's right there, especially in Overwatch 1, having those
D.Va's
horns.
is actually bigger than Orisa's.
But I mean, yeah, true. But D.Va has a DM though, so I don't count that as much. As we rotate back into, I believe this is Shrine. I always forget these maps.
So yeah, this point is Shrine. Back in Overwatch 1, Brawl was king on Shrine. For the most part, if both teams were really good at Brawl, you would see a lot of Ryan comps come out here. I have seen Ball Pharmacy variants. I do not like it because I was the person locked in Mercy Jail half the time my team played that comp.
Yeah, I know the feeling. As both teams are running out on the Rhine, at least same DPS. Only thing that's different is the support backline. Luca is on the Mercy and Rain is on the Kiriko to Baptiste and Lucio, as Leotaros just gets beamed down to Sky with almost a 3k already, as Coco is just running in. Maybe no regards to the Mei on the other team. As Lulu finds Sky, hopefully they can get the res off, because of course they do have the Mercy. So yeah, they already get that point cap with Sky's 3k, who's already at 60% to the wall.
Yeah, and Sam on this point, it's really hard to retake because the turrets can like surround any area, but Red Team does have a little bit of advantage in tempo as far because they do have a Lucio, not the Mercy. So as far as and they do eventually just gun down the Reinhardt with like the help of everybody on the team. As you can see, all the assists that I just took to get that Rein into the ground.
Yeah, as Literos finds 2, almost 3 there. Just 3 actually, getting Rain at the very end. But yeah, like you said before, the Rein is just able to speed around. That's the one big advantage of having the Lucio compared to the Mercy, especially with, in my opinion, I feel like if they did decide to play the Ramatra, I feel like you could get away with it a lot better. As they decide to take this high ground here, Sky does have the wall as they try to engage. Is Red Team going to make it here? Nope, they hit the fire strike, doesn't hit anybody, gets the second one though. And Literos does have this shatter here too, so I'm expecting him to drop it. TP in from the side of Blue Team, and they're just, they drop 2, get the big shatter off, immediately gets pinned down, but even then, Blue Team already they used 2, and they got the point capture back.
Yeah, I had to plug in my headset because it died on me right there, so I had no audio for a brief second. But I did see that as soon as I saw the TP come down from Sky, Cleo was like 98 to shatter. I was really hoping that Cleo would be the only one to take shatter and just slam the whole entire team, because that would have been funny instead of everybody going through it. But still, now Literos has that Earth Shatter, so it's gotta be all about the mind games, or the fact that maybe Luna can just like get the Blizzard off and just deny the Rhine Shield completely out of existence.
Yeah, but instead of Luna, actually, Cad gets both of them use their Mei ultis. A lot of people get frozen. Literos gets the Mei off the point basically, as they're all just beaming down. Red point basically has the point right now. King Tanners gets deleted, gets melted by the sim turrets. They're trying to keep up Literos, but it's going to be almost too, maybe too little. But Literos finds one, gets a shatter, doesn't hit anything, just whisks completely, pins maybe nothing. 90 HP, trying to find something, get down to 28, gets 0, Cad gets it, as they're trying to retake the point. Blue Team gets 2, maybe gets 3, gets 4, and Blue Team surprisingly actually gets that back. They did have to use almost everything, but Cad has another Mei freeze already. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage,
and a lot of just the beam from the Mei coming out. Luna, neither Blizzard really caught that many people on my screen. I don't know if like Cat accidentally threw hers like off the side of the map or something, or onto the stairs. Because yes, I've seen that happen in team play, and it sucks because you just have to watch your Blizzard go off into the sunset and get 0 value. But that one did connect from Kid.
Yeah, Cad gets all 5. Coco just cleans up completely. Nothing like that. They also use the Kitsune Rush to get faster Rhine swings, which is just unfair, especially in a Mei freeze, in my opinion.
Yeah, Kitsune Rush, even though I think at the beginning of the season or during the mid-season patch in Season 2, they did nerf how much speed you gain in Kitsune Rush, but still it's quite a lot. In fact, I think the nerf to the speed actually benefited Kitsune, because you can actually aim if you're like a hit scan in Kitsune Rush now, instead of just like shooting, basically spray and praying, because they knocked it down, I believe, to 30%, where it used to be 50%, so when you pulled Kitsune Rush beforehand, that's why Reaper was ran in that original Kiriko comp, because Reaper doesn't really need to aim when he's super close to somebody's face with a shotgun.
Yeah, not to mention too, especially on Soldier, you would just run past everybody. There'd be no stopping you with sprint. But we're seeing some comp swages on the side of blue team running the Diva sort of combination, whereas red team is going back to that Orisa comp. Literos is on the point trying to lock it down. Sky uses the Torb already. Torb turret, which dies almost immediately, whereas Wooly is in the backline trying to find one. Same with the Tracer, but it just seems like it's all red team right now who's locked onto the point, just trying to spam him down as Cad just gets speared out of existence.
Yeah, this is gonna be hard for blue team to do anything because Ursa doesn't really get phased that much by Diva. Diva has like a lot of burst damage under 200 HP targets, but the Orisa can just fortify and just tank like everything, and unless Rain just picks up Biscuit, I believe, from across the map.
Yeah, Rain finds one, Cleopatra finds another, Wooly does find the turret, gets stuck, Coco is trying to melt on this Cassidy, Cassidy dies, Sky finds Wooly, and Sky picks up another one out of Luna. They are able to take the point. Now, yeah, again, Orisa does like holding that ground, but especially when you're playing the sort of Diva, sort of very pokey comp, you are going to surround them, and I think red team just finally realized it as Little Rose decides to switch over to the Winston.
The Orisa Winston, it's obviously Pugs, but Winston is actually worse than their Diva, because Diva basically, sure, like Diva, the defense matrix doesn't do anything for the lightning, but Winston doesn't do that much damage to start with, so you can just burst Winston easily unless Wooly somehow finds Sky. Oh, nice pulse bomb from Luna too, who switched over. Yeah. Either she came out on the Tracer or she switched over, because I didn't see what she was on at the beginning of the map.
Luna stayed on the Tracer, was able to get one. Literos finds Rain. They're just sort of cleaning everything. I believe Coco is trying to get for the bomb, maybe trying to get down to Luca. Literos finds Luca already. Mech gets down. Sky is back, just trying to get some poke out and trying to hold the point for as little as they can. Trying to get the Monk, trying to get the Winston as well, but isn't able to as they die right away. But yeah, in that engage too, the Rain used the Kitsune Rush, as you were talking about, the Monkey sort of being a little bit weaker than the Diva. We sort of almost saw that immediately with Rain using the Kitsune Rush, the Diva there to the Sky there on the Torb, just trying to melt him down immediately. As Cad gets a dynamite to try to get all of them, uses Bob, maybe finds one, maybe. Nope, Bob gets selected, boots off the map. There he goes completely. Biscuit gets the kill credit.
Boostio!
Wait, do we see a Boostio here?
Yeah, Wooly got nano.
Wooly got nano. Literos finds Sky. Coco maybe trying to go for the bomb? Nope, it doesn't look like it. Just trying to reset. Lulu finds that.
Wooly got one.
Yep, Wooly got another one, and Sky switches back over to the Reaper. In my opinion, the better shotgun character.
Better shotgun character, more consistent damage output onto the Winston. They did have Molten Core, but decided to ditch the quote-unquote the new alt voice line, the April Fools. Lava!
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. Sky looking for some poke here, finds Luna just sort of chilling in the corner, trying to get them, gets the one, and is looking for this nice little flank here. Maybe some dive with the Diva, trying to find the Monkey, completely loses him as they're just sort of cut to the point. King Tanners uses the May Freeze. Literos finds Sky. Coco finds King Tanners, and they maybe looking for the bomb. Nope, they're just going to try to flip the point, which is what they might be able to do. Wooly is burning. Literos finds Cad. Might find one. Mercy. The Luca is purple now, trying to stay alive. Bomb comes out from the side of Coco as Literos finds Luca. Luca is dead. Literos finds another one. Coco gets the squish onto Wooly, whereas Literos just uses the primal. King Tanners finds Rain as Tracer, as Lulu is trying to capture the point again to try to get it back. Sky comes on the point, fades in as red team is recontesting. Sky with the Death Blossom dies immediately to Literos. D-Mech, Diva, Coco is trying to stay on the point, dies immediately. Literos finding two more. Rain and Luca's are back. Rain uses the Kitsune Rush to try to find one. Luca is just staying alive, trying to pocket them as much as they can. Getting another 14, dies immediately. And Rain is the last one alive, and that is the point for red team.
Yeah. That was just what Pugs is, just chaos, complete chaos. Everybody's taking 1v1s across the map. Everybody's just doing their own thing. Wooly got nanoed. I don't think it was intentional, but then again, it is Pug, so it might have been intentional. And now we are back to Village, where we did start before the server decided to kill itself for some reason.
Yup. Yeah, and now it's a one. It's now to 1-1-2. Blue team is back onto that Rhine comp, which I feel like they're probably much more comfortable with. Whereas red team is sort of sticking with this monkey. Maybe see it on village.
You can run monkey on this point, but you don't want to. No, ride mirror. Except, Biscuit staying on that Ana. If this is gonna work, Rain has to be pressured hard enough, or like they have to pressure somebody hard enough to the protection Suzu comes out, because then there's there's no answer for the biotic grenade.
Yeah, as they're both meeting on this left-hand side, Sky so sort of poking around, finding on that left-hand side. Suzu is already out, by the way. Purple is out. Rain uses both their, Biscuit uses both their abilities. Coco is just swinging, trying to find something, trying to get some peel. Dies to King Tanner's as Luna just tries to keep on walling people off, and they're just trying to reset and capture the point. They are able to cap it. Sky is still alive, trying to get some poke out. Whereas blue team is still sort of there, still trying to poke, prod, find something to get. Cad is just looking for peels here. Purple already out. Cad falls to 35 HP, whereas Luca dies. And now they have to back up again. Coco backing and retreating. Sky is just sort of staying in there trying to find one. Maybe might be able to, but they're just sort of retreating now. Nothing more that they could do other than just press the S key and GTFO.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think blue team's gonna be ready for the shatter coming out from Litter Rose. Sky does have that Blossom, is currently trying to go on a flank. Nano comes out on a King Tanner's this time. Uh-oh, this might be a big Blossom. What the heck is... Ah! Well, Sky decided I'm gonna be a helicopter today, and I have a headache from watching that.
Helicopter, as King Tanner's finds 2 more with the Nano, 3 more actually. But yeah, that was pure chaos from the side of Sky. Really no cleanup with it. They did have to use the beat from the side of Wooly, but even then, that was just red team cleaning up shop.
I've seen Reapers do that just to be funny, but watching it is the worst thing you can do because it's seizure inducing, and my brain is still recovering from that. But Litter Rose does have that shatter still, but so does Cleopatra. It's due with it. Wait.
Sky is cleaning up those. Sky finds 2. King Tanner finds 3. Sky finds 3. Sky's had 4. Give him the ace. Oh, Cad. No, you can't do it.
Blame Cad. Hashtag blame Cad right now.
Hashtag blame Cad. He took the ace. He took the ace from Sky, or they took the ace from Sky. Come on, man. Like, you can't do that.
The only silver lining for red team is, well, blue team used everything.
Blue team used every ult in the book. They all just decided, hey, let's press Q at one time. Biscuit is close to the Nano as they try to take this high ground, but Litteros is walled out. Big yellow from the side of red team. As Coco just decides, I don't want to do this anymore. King finds 2. Litteros finds another one onto Luca, and it just looks all red from here. They all just Sky. Come on. I get trying to press Q and try to win the game there, but yeah, that was rough. But red team does have some ults here.
Yep, they do. They have the shatter available. Wooly, unless Wooly's really a god tier Lucy, I don't think they'll get beat up. But the shatter should win this fight, especially since that now, like at the beginning where Rain was teasing, they're on the Lucio now. So I don't think Cleo's gonna really get to swing that much. That nice shatter coming out from Litter Rose over there, and Cleo's instantly dead because of the healing output. Is not enough to keep that right up.
Yeah, Littero's finding 2, maybe getting the 3rd. Nope, Luana gets the 2, and it's just red team here. Uses the beats for no resistance, and it's just red team kill to end it off. They are your map 1 winners.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Who did that?
That's funny. I love it. I love it. Sky. Okay, here it is. Here's the 4K in all its glory.
4K. Again,
they may or may not have
been. Again on the flank. I don't know what did. Was that literally that just like charged through Sky? I don't know.
I think so. I don't know, but I think so. They were all just sort of standing there because they all got shattered and then frozen. But who knows? Sky still gets the 4K. As we're heading to map 2, which is, let me look this up really fast. It is Midtown, so a lot more different in my opinion.
Dabmaster.
Yeah, a lot more different, of course. Midtown, a lot, in my opinion, a lot worse than Nepal. What do you sort of think of Midtown as a whole, especially with it being sort of new to, of course, being new to Overwatch 2?
It's basically, I wouldn't put it in the same category as bad as Numbani, but it's not one of my favorite hybrid maps because there's only 2 areas to go through. There's like technically 3 areas to go through to access point. The main, the alleyway, and if you're stupid, the metal death trap, which is the train, which nobody who has common sense goes in there unless they are asking for death.
Hey, my friends go through there and they ask me why it's bad, and I'm just like, you're in an enclosed area with maybe a Reinhardt.
You're in an enclosed area.
Yeah.
You're in an enclosed area with probably a Ryan. Pretty much any brawl tank in there is bad enough. You throw Reaper or Junkrat in there, and you're not gonna have a good time.
No, you're not. But yeah, honestly, Midtown sort of mid. That's why we call it it's Midtown. We emphasize the mid part of it.
Yeah.
But overall, it's still a fun map. In my opinion, I feel like it's like Gibraltar, where it sort of sucks at the very beginning when when the Overwatch comes out, and then over time you start to grow on it a little bit more, and it still becomes like that sort of. It's sort of in that it can be fun sometimes depending on what you guys have, but who knows? As it looks like we might be ready to head into it. Who are you excited to watch so far? I don't know if you have the sheet pulled up, but who are you excited to watch, and what characters are you excited to see on this map?
So looking at the map 2, I'm gonna be looking at my former teammate from Steel Team Spud's Toxic, or as people have called them, Toxic Blade 47 is bad. That was a joke, I think, like 2 seasons ago or something. It might still be a thing at this point because I have no idea. I haven't talked to him since last season, but he is going to be playing tank, and I wonder how much trolling he's gonna do.
I mean, hey, it's Pugs. Who really knows? It's always fun. There's always some trolling, either forced or not. It's got to be had.
Yeah, and last map, there wasn't that much trolling, besides maybe the Nano Lucio. That was a little bit of a thing. Either it didn't look like it was intentional, but who knows? Maybe Wooly just yelled, "Give me now!" Gonna go in.
Hey, it could happen. I know it's me sometimes when I'm playing Lucio. I have to hit the heat check. I need to know if I can do it. I get the nano sometimes, and I die immediately because there's an on the other team who just sleeps me right away. So,
I mean, it's not as bad as getting slept out of your own beat.
I mean,
done that.
Yeah, Ajaxing is pretty bad, but I mean, there's at least 1 Ajax per game, so we still have it. So far, it hasn't happened. Thursday, it happened like 3-4 times, so I'm calling it. We're gonna try to at least get 1. No promises. So.
Yeah, Thursday was a bad day for Lucio players. Sorry, Hayden, Majestic, and Coco Nut.
Yeah, that wasn't fun for a lot of people. But yeah, Midtown, of course, obviously going in, it's obviously based in New York. What's your favorite part about Midtown as a whole? Of course, obviously, first point is a little bit rough. What's your favorite part of it as a whole going through the entire map, if I can talk?
I mean, they did a really good job paying attention to design like maps that's taking parts from IRL and putting them into the map. In case anybody doesn't know or anybody's not aware, the payload is a fire truck, and the third point, I believe, is based off of a subway area in New York.
Yeah, it's Grand Central Grand Central Station is what it's based off of, which it looks actually really cool. Obviously, I think I've been in it maybe once. I don't even remember if we went there, but it's very pretty, as all Overwatch maps are, and I think that's got to be my favorite part, especially since point 3 is very tough to get through, and I think it's very brawl centric rather than the first 2 points are sort of mixed dive / brawl ish, but who knows?
Pretty much anything can be running like first, second. I've seen ball, I've seen dive, I've seen Hog before Hog got nerfed.
Yeah, of course. Which he's well deserved. Playing Hog today in quick play, not fun, but I'm glad. I don't want to be hooked into Oblivion anymore.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. Like Roadhog, even Overwatch 1 Roadhog wasn't that big of a deal because you had so much crowd control to like just basically say no to him. Overwatch 2 Roadhog, you eliminate crowd control, but you let him keep his one-shot crowd control ability. There's your problem.
Yeah, which he could still sort of one-shot, especially if you're a Tracer. I believe he does have, like, I think he does, like, 160 with his full combo, I believe. If my math is correct, I don't really remember. Yeah, so...
It's enough, like, if you take a step forward and then shoot the head of the Tracer, it's enough. But I have a friend who is a top 500 Roadhog player, and what he does is he literally forces a Mercy to pocket him when he hooks somebody in to ensure that the one-shot still happens.
Gotta love Mercy Bluebeam making every character overpowered in some sense or the other, especially Sojourn, who's been playing Overwatch 2 since its release.
Yeah, a little bit of a fun fact. Sojourn release was busted, but however, Sojourn in the first beta was not so good. Yeah. The reason that Sojourn became better when Overwatch 2 released is because in the Overwatch League, the devs noticed that Sojourn was not being played at all in the first stage. So what they did was they made it easier to hit railguns and increase the hitbox of her base railgun and her railgun and her overclock, just making it a lot easier to hit people in the head. Luckily, since then, her one-shot has gotten nerfed, her slide got nerfed, her disruptor shot got nerfed, and she now is easier to hit since they increased the hitbox of her torso by 20% in the latest patch.
Yeah, and honestly, I think right now she's in that very good spot as we see Sojourn being played from the side of Blue Team. She's in that very good, I feel like she's honestly in that very good sort of sense, especially with the, in my opinion, sort of, a lot of people don't really talk about it, but the slow removal of her E, I think it made it a lot easier, because that way you're basically not just standing still. But on the side of Blue Team, we see the Ramatra, we see the Ana Zen, Cassidy, Sojourn. On the side of Red, come on, keep it, please, Noct. I know you love it. The Reinhardt, May, Bastion, Bap, and May comp, which is going to be very exciting coming into the point one.
Yeah, I know Noct loves Bastion, or has a tendency to play Bastion as, like, just for fun. He did this when I traveled with him for a couple teams where he would just sit in Widow spots and scare the living crap out of a Widowmaker when they moved in. But there's why Sojourn is still a thing, because you can get that high ground up where Luna is and kind of be really uncontested unless, like you said, well, nobody on Red Team can really do anything about her unless Noct or Layla hit a killer out of that spot.
Yeah,
Toxic took a road trip into the fire station by himself, so... Oh, and Wayward took a road.
Yep, there goes Wayward as Toxic decides, hey, I'm done looking at the fire station. I'm just going to pin back. As Lila finds Kim, Lulu finds Toxic again. Noct is in that Bastion form trying to find two more. He almost gets them. Both are very low as Priz gets Lulu, and there goes King Tanners again. Prince finds it. Toxic find Glitch. Where is he at? He's in their spawn? Yes? Is that what Toxic always decides to do?
Toxic is just being, well,
Toxic is just walking at Wayward right now through the wall.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to be the Giga Chad Reinhardt and misses the pin though, but Wayward kind of lived up to their name as they went Wayward in the last fight.
How did Toxic decided to take them on a trip. I'm so confused. Why is Glitch Pop? I'm so confused. I'm so very confused. Glitch Pops is the trans as trying to just get Toxic out there. Luna finds Layla. Wayward finds Luca. There's a lot of L names right now. Wayward just shooting Toxic in the back. I don't think they realize there's a lamp there. He dies now. Toxic finally dies to Luna. Noct is using the Glitch. Glitch just gets exhilarated. Prince is low. And Wayward, they finally get the stop right past the doorway. Blue team does have 4 ults. Red team does have 2, whereas Lula is just trying to find this high ground. Noct dies almost immediately, whereas Wayward uses the Annihilation. Toxic is just pressing Shift key every single time it's off cooldown, and they can't get past these doors. Yeah,
Toxic, he's just got a Shift key taped down. At this point, he's just a runaway truck. Right now.
He's a runaway. Sorry.
Pura is driving. Okay, there he goes again, but he has a shatter this time, so he might just be going for a flank shatter at this point. And come on, shatter somebody, Toxic.
He needs to. He's going to. Trying to wail it off. Layla uses the May freeze to try to get them separated, which they do. The entirety. Wayward is just Wayward. King Tanners finds Noct with the magnetic grenade, and they're just sort of walking at him. Lila finds King Tanners. Now Shatter comes out only on the Glitch. Only on the Glitch, by the way. I know they're having a bad time. Luna finds Luca, and they now have the overclock ability. So red team or blue team just sort of waiting and resetting for this next contest.
Yeah, and you see there's the April Fool's patch, the don't ban me, blah blah blah,
All in
and the
caps.
Reinhardt voice line. I actually forgot that the April Fool's patch was a thing until I got MTD'd and typed that I did and had catchphrase right after it, and I was confused the other day in competitive. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And there goes Wayward again, going, well, Wayward.
Wayward. Toxic just deciding to strike him on a trip. Oh, Lila finds Wayward. King Tanner trying to find the Mercy. Finally got it. Kim actually got it. Toxic presses shift again. Lula with the overclock. Trying to find one. Come on, you can hit it. There we go. As they die to Lila. And it's just a comeback story from the side of blue team. They're sort of holding it on. Noct is trying to find two. As Wayward is back. Using the tire from Noct spawn. Oh no, it misses it completely. Wayward finds Noct. Toxic is coming back from spawn, and it's just two left. Lila uses the cryo freeze, just sort of staying there, waiting for them to use their liberties. Toxic comes back, gets walled off as they die almost immediately. And yeah, red team is just running away, trying to stay alive, which Toxic doesn't. I don't think Toxic is a fan of.
No, and when I was a teammate of Toxic, he was the loudest person I actually ever have met. So I'm pretty sure he's screaming, or at least yelling, or being loud to some extent right now, and his team probably isn't appreciating the noise violation that he probably is pulling out in their comms.
Yeah, Noct finds Glitch immediately. Noct finds another one. King Tanner's Noct might find three with Wayward as they pop the annihilation in a small room. Toxic finds Kim, just getting run. Noct is just getting run around by Wayward, but Wayward is in a very bad position, just sort of running away from the cart. Whereas red team is just sort of taking it. 3.07 meters left. Lila is just trying to find one, forces out the trans from the side from Glitch. They do have the cryo freeze, so they could try to pop that right as soon as it comes out. Does pop it, trying to find two, almost finds it, maybe still cap it. 2.3 meters left on the side of red team. Toxic finds King's Tanners. Lula finds one. Toxic finds Luna. 0.52 meters left. Wayward is back on. Doomfist finds Toxic, just sort of staying alive,
C9.
and they C9. They C9'd it. Wayward is nanoed, but they aren't able to cap the point. Spawn is right there. Wayward is just having a bad time getting frozen by Lila and just trying to run away.
I just want to bring up that every single match I've casted, every single thing I've casted, being matches in the past 5 weeks, every match I've casted has had a C9 in it. I don't know if that's just an effect I have on the match or something, but every match that I've casted, somebody's C9'd something.
Well, especially with that point, too, I feel like it's very easy to see a 9, whereas some aren't. As Noct is, I believe, looking for this high noon. Luna gets diffed by Noct as they drop for the noon. Wayward is just using their abilities to get out. Noct is trying to run at them. Just keep on running. Tracer behind. And Wayward finds Noct. King Tanners is back. Uses the sticky grenade onto Toxic, trying to keep him alive. Gets shattered by 3 as the red team comes back. They Valk out. Lila is still alive. Wayward trying to find one with the Doomfist ult. I can't talk still. As they just died and knocked. Luna still has the overclock ability, trying to find a way to use it, as red team is just slowly making it in. 1.18 seconds left. King Tanners finds one, and they just C9 again.
You know, red team, there's a thing called the objective, and yeah, Noct, this is not top 500, by the way, so ignore what Noct just said. Yes, boy, it was a letter number, and I don't know what lamp they're talking about, and there goes the Reinhardt thing again.
I can't read.
I think it's only the tank players that get that thing, the catchphrase and stuff.
It's only if you're playing Rhine, which I saw that today. But yeah, no, there's a point that you need to step on. It happens a lot. I know there's some people out there that say, oh, it's not a C9. Oh, it is a C9 sometimes. It's all a C9 in my opinion. If there's one alive, you got to touch the point. Who cares?
Yeah, and Noct's back on the Bastion. Toxic has decided that their days of being a runaway mech truck are over for now. They're on the Sigma. Please go back to the Reinhardt. Please go back to the Rhine Toxic. Anyway, Wayward won't be sent Wayward this time by a runaway Toxic on that Reinhardt, but it might be vice versa unless Toxic just hits the bolt. Unless Toxic decides to conjure up a boulder and just throw it at the Rhine's face.
Yeah, you know, it'd be funny if the rock, the accretion rock, picked up it, just for the April Fools. It made like a pothole, so that way you couldn't walk past it. I think that would be funny. But that's just me. Blue team coming out with the Ryan, Cassidy, Symmetra, Baptiste, and Moira. Red team Toxic coming out with the Sigma, May, Bastion, Bap, and Mercy. As blue team is trying to take the sneaky, they might be trying to teleport straight into the fire station. Toxic might have it figured out. They do immediately. They're fairly smart, even though they say they can't read. Knocked. No, please don't do it, Knocked. Oh, they all TP away. They all TP to the sort of bus station. Toxic might be trying to get run down here as they try to take position into the fire station. Toxic keep on running down. Wayward is still just holding shield. Creation comes out, knocked behind, trying to find everybody. Shoots out the lamp. Maybe gets one. They're down to 49 HP. Lamp comes out from both sides. Fire Strike comes out from one side. But Luna is just trying to find one. Finds Knock. Trying to find another one. Finds Luca on the Mercy. Gets two. Maybe trying to find third, trying to find Prince in the Baptiste, gets Lila with the May, no cryo now, as King Tanners finds Toxic, something that's very easy. Kim finds the Moira orb onto Prince, Wayward finds Lila, and that is point cap already for the blue team.
Yeah, and Toxic, despite not being on the Reinhardt, he continues to think it's a good idea to just pretend that, oh, I'm Reinhardt, I just float now, and push into the face of Wayward.
Knocked. What are you doing?
And Knocked is being creative.
Oh, I was hoping they were gonna go to the
Let him
right
cook.
He cook. He's cooking. He's cooking. He gets shielded off by Wayward, gets stuck and dies. And dies immediately. Yeah, that's sort of what you do as Bastion. You just sort of, as soon as you get turret form, you just can't really move. As they're sort of making this progression very easy. They TP onto the high ground. They get walled off, but the window is there for the side of red team. Prince uses the glitch. Wayward finds Toxic immediately. Glitch finds the lamp. Luna finds another one onto Prince, and red team is just sort of resetting now.
Yeah, and well, Wayward blue team is coming up on the war chest, and however so is red team. So Qverwatch might happen, as they call it. If people still there, I'll keep down to Q. Some people decide to change it, and that got blocked by the May Blaze.
Yeah, that got blocked by the Mail. 3.4 meters left, 2.1. Luna finds one. Lux coming out, almost gets the pin onto the Valking Mercy for Wayward as they're trying to res Knocked. At 6.8 meters left, Luna finds two. Knocked is still alive, trying to find another one. Finds three, finds four for Luna as they get the map point. King Tanner's finding Prince to take away the ace. But again, that is a great fight win from the side of Luna.
Yep, and Toxic finally realizes it's time to go back to the Reinhardt. And now Knock does have that artillery strike, but hopefully he doesn't try to flank with it, because that doesn't work, Knocked.
Oh, it doesn't, but Wayward does get walled off. They might be trying to engage with it right here, but Kim uses the Coalescence as the wall comes out from King Tanner's. Wayward is just going in. He doesn't care. He's just trying to find one. Lamp comes out from the side of Prince, dies immediately. Wayward finds two with the fire strike. I mean, Kim is just trying to 1v1 Knocked right now. Almost gets it, does get it, but Wayward finds Knocked immediately. Luca reses Toxic, trying to keep him up. Glitch finds Lila, and it's just a Rhine v Rhine battle for the ages. Luna finds another. Wayward finds Toxic, and it just seems like it is blue teams to lose with 4:30 left. Artillery strike coming down, trying to find one, doesn't get it. 4.2 seconds left, or 4.2 minutes left. 3 meters left as Prince is trying to find it. Dies immediately. Oh, Shatter gets blocked by the May wall because he was on top of it. Luna finds the Mercy. Wayward just trying to pin. Toxic finds to get Shatter. Gets one, gets two. Wayward's on the point, but they aren't able to touch again. This is the third time that somebody was not able to touch the point, as Toxic just says goes a little bit too far. They wanted to get those kills. Who can blame them?
Yeah, and let's just say that blue team Toxic maybe stayed on the sig a little too long there. Decides to go back to their Reinhardt. But poor Wayward got both of his shatters denied by the first ice block. And then the May wall.
Yeah, and two, it wasn't even blocked by the May wall. It was just Wayward was just lifted up by the May wall. So I don't know what that was. But Wayward goes back to the Sriracha for the first point, and they're trying to pull out the Hanzo. I almost said May again. and the Kiriko, whereas red team is sort of staying with this sort of Reinhardt. Lila is on the Bastion now, whereas Nox is on the Mei. I think they understood that Nox is just having a little bit too much fun, so they have to knock him down a peg.
Was that supposed to be a pun on his name?
I'm not gonna say yes in case it flopped, but maybe.
Well, I mean, I caught on to it because it sounded like you were trying to say knock him down a peg.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny.
Well, it did work, and now Toxic is back on the runaway truck of Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Let's see. Last time he was on the Rhine, Wayward did not like this at all, because as he went on to forced road trips time and time again from Toxic.
Yeah, and Lila finds one. Actually, Toxic finds King Sanders immediately. The Nemesis form is already out. Toxic trying to stay alive. Suzu comes out. Lamp comes out from the side of blue team. Both lamps are already out. Maywell goes up. They're sort of slowed down right here. Toxic is just trying to stay alive. Isn't able to stay alive with the side of Luna. Wayward just sort of getting pimped down as the side of red team is just sort of trying to run away in Nemesis form. Almost down to 1 HP, but Prince dies. Toxic switches over to the Ramattra to try to copy him. And it's just a reset now for the red team.
Yeah, and a little bit of a fun fact for people who are spectating or can actually see it, or you can't really see it, but for people who don't know, Ramatra's staff has googly eyes on the ball. That's just a little funny thing that Overwatch added.
I actually didn't know that, as King Tanners finds Luca immediately in Valk. Toxic is just trying to touch the point. They might not be able to. 5 seconds left. Luna is using the Noon, trying to find one. Both lamps come out. Both windows come out as Prince finds another one. Wayward finds Toxic, just sort of standing on the point. Nemesis form is available, but they are not able to touch as Glitch finds 2 more, and that is overtime collected. Now, blue team has 4 minutes and 6 seconds to only get one tick on Midtown.
Yeah, and luckily this is Pugs on a match, because the way that Toxic is playing, I believe his coach would bench him.
Yep. But yeah, no. So yeah, honestly, Toxic's having fun. Toxic's having fun. Everybody's having fun. But they took it very fast last time to get the first tick, and now they only need 1 tick to win it. I'm excited to see what blue team or what red team is gonna concoct up, but who knows what they're gonna do. Oh no,
I honestly would like to see what I call, maybe we'll see it on Push later on, but what I like to call the comp is called Shotgun Comp, which is Junker, Queen, Torbjorn, Reaper.
Oh god.
Every shotgun in the game, you all just run at somebody with your Junker, Queen shot and shoot the same person in the face.
Yeah. So red team going with the Ramatra, Echo, Sombra, Baptiste, and Mercy. So fairly simple, not just probably going to do a bit of scouting. The side of blue team, basically the same thing that they did for attack with Wayward on the Reinhardt, Lana, I can't pronounce that name to save my life, on the Bastion, King Tanners on the Symmetra, Glitch on the Baptiste, and Kim on the Kiriko. It's going to be tough sledding, but maybe they can do it. Maybe they can do it. It is Pugs.
It is Pugs, and I believe Noct is just going to be the annoying bug in the backline.
Yep.
They're not even shooting, they're just hacking the backline and leaving them.
Yeah, Toxic already uses the Nemesis form, TP's away. King Tanners is just TPing back and forth. Wayward finds Toxic. King Tanners dies immediately. Wayward finds Toxic now, actually, with the Fire Strike, and it's 1-1. Wayward is just pinning back to his team, trying to stay alive. Kim finds Luca, so no heals basically for the side of Lila. Wayward finds Lila, and that, in my opinion, is game already, where Wayward finds 2 more with the Fire Strike, knock TPs out, and is just trying to touch the point for as long as they can, but they are gone, and that is map 2 to the blue team.
Yeah, and if anybody didn't see that, on the first round, Toxic decided to take Wayward on a road trip back to their spawn. So Wayward decided, I'm gonna do the exact same thing to Toxic, and took him on a road trip back to his spawn on their attack.
Yeah, it honestly was, where we saw Luna's amazing 4K to help clutch this point. And yeah, it just seemed like blue team just had a better understanding. Obviously, again, this is Pugs. It's all for fun and just sort of rolling, honestly, with the side of blue team. But before we go any further, during Tranquility event weekend, we are We are collecting donations for Rise Above This Disorder. Rise Above the Disorder. If I can talk today, that would be a great ability, but who knows? Rise Above the Disorder is on a mission to make mental health care accessible to everyone and everywhere. They help people find their mental health treatments as they need, and for those unavailable to afford it, they cover the costs. They help people regardless of health insurance or budget, because everyone deserves to get mental help they need, and we hope you'll join us and consider making a donation to this important cause. You can get a link to donate by typing !donate in the chat. And of course, we're all Overwatch players. We know mental health is important. I personally know it. I've been dealing with it for a few years now, and it's something that, in my opinion, is very useful. And it's also, if you just need somebody to talk to, might as well do it. I think having somebody to talk to and just be there for you is very helpful.
Yeah. My whole entire Overwatch career, I've dealt with mental issues, and especially with mental health. I actually, for people who don't know, especially my jersey still says it. I used to be known as Nighthawk, but that person I decided to get rid of because the person that I showed as him was probably the worst person I could have been. So I decided to rebrand to my name now, Denji. And completely start over news. And so far, a lot of people are like, most people that I know are giving me the second chance that I really want, and hopefully I'll live up to not being the stupid, toxic, egotistical kid I was 2 seasons ago when I joined Tranquility.
I mean, a lot of people grow and change. I know for myself, being young and playing Call of Duty, obviously, I'm not going to say this happens to everybody, but a lot of people are toxic. A lot of people are stupid and young. We saw that already this year with Hadi making some bad remarks, but realizing, hey, he needs to learn from it. Everybody needs to learn from it. And mental health is one of those reasons where I feel like a lot of people don't realize what's actually going on and how it affects other people. But in my opinion, enough with all the sappy stuff. We're here to have some fun. URM Pugs, Day 2, Tranquility Event Week. We are headed to Map 3. So far, in my opinion, it's 1-1, one blue team, one red team, and we're headed to Circuit Royale, Widowmaker's Heaven. What's your thoughts on this, especially with Pugs, who we might not have a Widow player now?
Well, let me check on that. There's only one Widow player I see that actually is on DPS, being Phoenix.
Oh no, we're gonna have a Widow. We're gonna have one Widow ruining the lobby.
I mean, the way to counter Widow is just not to look at her, or well, not just not to look at her. Just like don't peek her, or just run dive and just say, you know what, we're just gonna run a bunch of mobile characters that you can't headshot and be on your head all the time. So last time I saw Circuit played in URM Pugs, I saw mostly Sigma come out. I saw Orisa. I saw an attempt at a TP Terra Surge that got nothing, but it still was an attempt.
Yeah. It's Circuit Royale is very sniper heaven, in my opinion. You always see the Sigma in pro play, going to pro play and competitive play, in my opinion. You always see the Sigma. You always see the Hanzo, in my opinion. You always see the Widow. Bapazan. That's sort of like the standard for Circuit Royale. It's very, very sniper positive. But yeah, in Pugs, who knows what we're gonna see. I really hope we see that May Wall TP, which maybe could happen.
Mayhem strat.
Yeah, the Florida Mayhem strat. Could we see it happen? Did they patch it? Maybe. I don't know.
I think they did patch it.
Oh, they did patch it? Oh, they're no fun. They took away all the fun stuff.
No, you can still do the Icon World one.
You can still do the Icon World one, but yeah, but you could do it. You should be able to do it on Circuit. Just TP over top. You don't need to worry about it. The TP where you could just TP and spawn in some Koth maps where you just shove yourself in the window and you just TP back to spawn. That's always fun. But
yeah, and in here we'll see what each team has chosen. Honestly, some players coming back in. Obviously, Coco's coming back in from map 1. Wooly's coming back in from map 1. Toxic is staying from the last map, but luckily he's not on the tank this time, so he won't be able to be the runaway Mack truck. However, he's on support, which honestly I think might be a little worse because I don't think he's gonna heal.
I mean, he is on Zen, so someone's got to do the damage. So he just needs to press one button and they can heal themselves. But
apparently a pause might be coming through because blue team is missing their other support, Giggles, right now.
Giggles is apparently not heal. Not heal.
Apparently not here.
Not here.
Hold on.
Who wants to
okay,
on red team
there.
to do nothing and just let a 4v5 happen? Man, 4v5. It's always fun. It's always fun when you're missing somebody you have to 4v5 in comp. Quick little
I
story.
had to do that in a preseason match because our hit scan didn't show.
Oh, that's rough. Especially in competitive play. It's not all that fun. In comp, it's not that fun either. Me and a few of my buddies were playing before this today around like 1 o'clock Central Time, and one of them didn't realize, hey, it's already like 2 o'clock. I need to go to work, and just left in the middle of a match. Yeah, so we're gonna be flaming him tonight the entire time because it was one of our other buddies. It was one of our other buddies' rank up match too. So, and he's trying to finally hit diamond, and I'm just like, rough. I can't do anything about it.
Tough luck sometimes. So players are just like, honestly, nothing really you can do about players just leaving their game. But that's like whatever. Right now, Giggles is AFK, as people have come to call it, but so it's like they have returned and now are back at their computer. And we are on daytime circuit now.
Daytime circuit.
Yuck.
Yippee, my eyes. I actually
like
had
nighttime better.
Yeah, one of my college teammates, he likes the daytime circuit royale because it's easier to see people. Can you guess what character? Can you guess what character he plays?
Widowmaker.
Exactly. So I'm just like, of course you Widow one trick. Why must you like this? Why must you like this sensation on my eyes that I don't like?
I mean, the other map that they did at a daytime mode into was Colosseo, but that's not as bad.
That's not as bad. Yeah, no, but I just think it's so weird seeing all this. I think in the nighttime it looks so much better. But yeah, we see for the side of blue team, Wayward on the Sigma, Giggles on Zen, Wooly on BAP, Phoenix on Widow, and Lily Q.
I think it's Lilac.
If it's is it Lilac? It is Lilac or Lila. I don't know. It's something like that. We'll figure it out as the time goes on. We will try to pronounce it right on the Ash. Whereas on the side of red team, we see a lot of different stuff. Obviously, BAP Zen still for the backline, Coco on the Orisa, Lila on the Sojourn, and some on the Echo.
Yeah, and some being on the Echo, they might not have a great time because of the double hit scan being run right now, as Coco goes down to 1 HP after, and yep, this is why you ran out. Oh, well, Tatsu just takes out Phoenix, but still, this is why when you don't have a Widow player, it can be very, very suppressive, as Phoenix just proved by nearly taking out 3 people in the span of 2 seconds.
Yeah, someone is trying to just get some poke down. Toxic is at 1 HP, just sort of in the back line. They're just sort of trying to run after Giggles, who's just sort of running away, trying to find somebody alive. Maybe take one. No, Anu finds one. Phoenix finds another. Coco finds the spinny on Wayward. Wooly finds some, and it's just sort of like a stalemate right now. Red team still has the Orisa up for Coco. Just trying to stay alive. Toxic finds a little Lilac. Phoenix, you can't do that anymore, please. Just gets the amazing jump shot on Delilah as they fall to Toxic. Toxic finding Wooly, trying to keep everybody alive. Wayward is back on the ball. They're trying to find somebody. Toxic running low. Toxic might die here. Pops the trans. Wayward on almost 200 HP and dies immediately. And red team now has the first point.
I don't know if anybody noticed that, but Toxic was just kicking people that entire time. Giggles takes out Toxic here, but still, Phoenix has Infrasight, and everybody gets to see the good look at the payload with the giant googly eyes on the front. Every payload has that. Although I haven't checked if the bot on Push Me Up has googly eyes on their face, I am not sure of that. We'll see later tonight though. But honestly, here, I just want to see Sombra I just want to see Sombra come out because I don't like Orisa's Terra Surge. I've been killed by it too many times. I just want to see Orisa just like get hacked out of it for once.
Yeah, Giggles finding 2, gets Toxic. Phoenix finds some, and it just looks like a stalemate here. Blue team is down 3. Flip. Oh. How it's so
I think he wanted to say that. I think he wanted to say the. The other word.
The other word. I thought he meant flip map. I was like, what?
That's what I thought he meant too. And then after he said that, I'm like, oh, that's what he meant.
Yeah, I think they should.
No, chat is visible. We can see it.
We can see it. We're calling it out. On the side of blue team, they have almost everything. Wayward finds Coco almost immediately as they're just running down. Lilac is just trying to find the Lucio, burning him alive now, whereas Some finds Phoenix. Lila is at 1 HP. Wayward is just trying to find one. Toppy comes out on the side of Some, trying to find it. Some finds Wooly. Maybe gets the Flux out, finds the Flux, gets Giggles, maybe, yep, gets Giggles, half HP, trying to find it, pops the trans. Bob comes out on the side of Lilac as Flux comes out on the side of Wayward, finds one, gets the Lucio, and they're just rocks another. Some is falling down low, trying to stay alive as Wayward. Phoenix finds Coco, who's just dove into the back line, and oh, somebody's dead. And Toxic is just going on, trying to rotate back and trying to find a flank. Just doesn't care. There you go, Some. Finally puts the heal onto him. Giggles finds Toxic. Lilac finds Lila, and it is a reset for the side of red team.
When did Anna switch to Lucy? Okay, this makes no sense. But still, okay, now Toxic. It still doesn't. Huh?
I don't know. Toxic and Anna switch sides or switch characters basically. Some is on the Mei and Coco is on the Winston. So
that's the only thing that doesn't make sense is the Winston. You're running a brawl comp with the monkey.
Monkey, who knows? Lila pops the overclock, trying to find somebody, isn't able to, gets down to half HP. Lila finds one, finding somebody. Some is down to low. Pops the lamp comes out from the side of Toxic, and they're just sort of trying to punt it down. Phoenix gets the lamp. Giggles finds Some, maybe going on to killing spree. Phoenix just sort of standing here, doing nothing, looking, poking, prodding. Giggles just pushing into the front line, trying to find somebody, isn't able to, and nobody's really dying. Just sort of poking, prodding, trying to get some picks out. Red team has two. Window comes out for the side of Toxic and the beat. Coco's in the back line, trying to find somebody. Toxic finds two. Phoenix finds Coco. Toxic finds the back line. Lilac finds one. Even trades. Phoenix finds another. And Phoenix is about to get another one. Maybe. Nope. Wayward kills himself. Yeah.
A little bit but still, anyway, blue team does have 4 ultimates coming up. Red team, still, they're gonna have Primal Rage, but really, Monkey doesn't like... Monkey into what blue team's running is just not gonna exist. Is like, every time Coco has dove in, she has been blown up instantly by the Discord Orb, which... And here comes Bob out from Lilac. And
yep.
Everybody's just split up at this point, and they're in a small room.
Uh-oh. They're just sort of running away, trying to find some. Get the shot. There we go. Here comes Flux out for the side of Wayward. Gets two. Maybe Giggles finds Coco. Anna's just finding one. Wayward finds Toxic, and blue team is just winning this completely. Red team might have to reset here, trying to find Anna. Lilac finds it finally, and they're just sort of running down Lila. Yep, blue team with the 5K, sort of running around. Coco did use Primal, but apparently gets deleted right away, and they switch to the D.Va.
Yeah, and D.Va's better into the D.Va's better than Winston, but still, okay, this is why I don't like this map, because Widow can just do this. I literally haven't won this map a single time in competitive.
Yeah, this map is very rough, as Some is just trying to find the backline. They do have the Cryo Freeze, gets the Cryo Freeze off, actually walls himself off. Trans comes out from the side of blue team. Phoenix finds Some with the Widowmaker mine, trying to just find somebody. Phoenix is just popping, waiting, Bap is jumping. It's just chaos. Blue team isn't really doing much. They're sort of just winning these fights, killing everybody one by one. Phoenix finds two now. Might be able to find a 3. Window comes out for the side of Toxic, trying to find another one. Giggles finds Coco, and Lilac finds Toxic, and that is map point. Or not map point, but only one capture for the side of red team, whereas blue team stops it at 70.37 meters.
Yeah, and that's why Widowmaker is basically queen on this map, because you got a good Widow. Well, you either have to outright diff the Widow in a 1v1 or like send a dive after her, and that pretty much wasn't like they attempted a dive onto Phoenix, but there's a problem. There's a thing called PO, and Giggles and Wooly and Lilac were just like basically playing bodyguards for Phoenix, since Phoenix was just picking everybody off one by one.
Yeah. I mean, this map is very Widow heavy because of those very long light sight
Lilac
lines.
emote?
I don't know. I didn't notice it at all.
I didn't notice Lilac emoting either, but apparently she accidentally has been emoting a couple times off my camera.
Hey, it's working. They're doing something. They're keeping the other team distracted. How about that?
But yeah, they're probably just saying, like, go cause a distraction. I'm gonna pull off the Fleta clip. In case the people don't know the Fleta clip, the headshot after headshot after headshot after headshot.
Yeah. Blue team just basically saying the same with the Widow, Ashe, Sig, Bap, Zen. Red team going very different. Some is still on the Echo. Ana is still on the Mercy. Kiriko for Toxic. Coco is on the Ramatra, and Lila is on the Torbjorn. Torbjorn has the best player in the game, so he will definitely be my favorite.
Are you talking about his turret?
Yes. As the best player in the team dies, or best player in the game, best player in the game dies.
Interesting. But
I mean, it's a literal robot. So
was Bastion.
I mean, Bastion is completely control this. Phoenix finds Ana. Coco is just sort of getting run down here, gets discorded, gets rocked by Wayward, and just dies immediately. It just, red team is just running away. Run. Giggles finds one. It's just chaos. Blue team is just running over the red team right now.
Yeah, and I just want to see the Ramatra. I wish the alt lines here would be the April Fools, because Ramatra has one of the funniest alt lines in my opinion for the April Fools patch, being Agony is grape flavored.
I don't think I've heard that one. I've heard the one where he just talks forever.
Where he just goes on where he just like gives a speech.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one because it's too much to remember.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, blue team already has point 1, trying to get ready for point 2. Wayward has the flux, trying to find it. Pogo gets pulled out on the analysis form. Big to eat for the side of Wayward, has the flux. 1% may pop it now, pops it right away. Gets 4 out. Suzu already out and finds one, finds Coco. Someone's just chilling in the back line. Giggles, Wooly finds it actually. Giggles helped out. Wall comes out. Lila is done, and that's almost already cap point, I feel like, for the blue team, because how difficult that corner is to turn.
Yeah, and Ana is in a precarious situation where she meets a rock. Yep. But you can see where she was trying to hide, but you can't hide when the Widowmaker has wall hacks up. Now, Sum has gone over to the Sombra to probably try to switch out. Cleopatra does get Coco, excuse me, doesn't get that kill in the Lilac, but they got a window to deal with in the choke point. And what was Toxic?
Toxic is just running away. Phoenix finds 2, Wayward finds another, and that is good job wins.
Who is in charge of the lobby?
I don't know, but yeah, blue team gets map 3. That is 2-1 for the blue team right now. Obviously, we're going to 6 maps. Toxic gets play of the game. I am surprised, but not really. Is this when he just kicks people?
Yeah, right here he just starts to kick. Well,
I mean, that's what you do is then you just kick some people, have them run away. He does pop the trans there, but
Toxic said, "Ana, you're solo." He like, well, that's what I was expecting because Toxic's a DPS player.
Yeah, so that was that. That's map 3. We're going to a quick 5-minute break. When we return, we'll be seeing map 4, which is Esperanza, the first push map. When we come back, make sure you guys stay enjoyed and do exclamation point donate. We want to see some donations come in. Be right back.
Ash's name Lilac. I'm pretty sure that's what you say.
Who's in here? Who? The support player for next map is Boopy.
Oh, Boopery.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I mentioned this, when I mentioned the sleep Ajax thing, back in Overwatch 1, we were doing goat pugs in the gaming server, and I slept her out of beat.
Yeah, I didn't realize she was in Odyssey until recently. I played with her. I filled for her old team.
thanks to me deciding to go hit Masters on support, I can't play Harmony anymore.
Mikey, is there anything that has changed my play-by-play?
Oh, you're asking me for casting now? I think you're good.
Hello everyone, we are back, day 2, URM Pugs. Of course, if you guys didn't realize, it is Tranquility Event Week. We are raising money for Rise Above the Disorder. So far, this is day 2. Tomorrow, on Monday, we will be having the TXCXX 1v1 tournament. On Tuesday, we'll be having the 3v3 elimination tournament. Wednesday, Widowmaker Wednesday 1v1 tournament with Widowmaker. Thursday, my apologies, is Brawl Night, and then Friday is, of course, the Staff Pugs. You are here tonight with myself, Karma, and to my left is Denji. What have we seen so far? Do a quick little recap before we head into Map 4.
So 3 maps have been played. Nepal. Why am I blanking on the second one already? Midtown and Circuit. And a lot of different comps have come out. A lot of different, like, I'm not really that much trolling yet. Just besides like Toxic being a runaway Max truck on Midtown, like some other stuff happening. Also, quick shout out. As we came back on, B-Will has donated $50 to the fundraiser.
Let's go. $50 into it. And of course, if you guys don't know, Rise Above the Donation deals with mental health. Amazing organization in my opinion. Of course, down below, !donate to help donate. And of course, if you guys don't know what pugs are just basically pickup games. It's for fun. It's for trolling. A few people take it too serious. Few people don't. It's all for fun. Who really cares? At the end of the day, we're all just playing a video game. We're playing a video game and just having fun with it with friends. Map 4 is, of course, we're going to the newest game mode in Overwatch 2, Esperanza, in also the newest map as well, because we saw during beta, we saw Coliseo and New Queen Street. Esperanza came out when the game came out.
Did it?
I believe so. If my memory serves me correctly, I believe so.
The game where it came out in season 2. Like, no, it's Shambali came out in season 2. Yeah,
Shambali came out in season 2. Arctic came out this season. So I believe so. I think so. I'm taking my own headcanon for it. It's going to be fun. Obviously, in my opinion, I think this is the second best looking push map. First has got to be Coliseo, not just because I'm a nerd for Roman and Greek architecture, but it's always fun like that. Quick rundown of the teams. Blue team is running Sojourn, Tracer, Ball, Lucio, and Kiriko. Red team running the Genji, Soldier, maybe he switches again. Giggles is on the Sigma, and Kiriko Zen.
Yeah, so looking at both of these teams, Mixer, a really good friend of mine on the Ball. She's when it comes to her Ball, she just likes to just go crazy and she plays Wrecking Ball like you play Super Smash Bros. Like if there's a button available, she just hits it.
I mean that's how you always play Ball though. As Mixer just tries to go and gets for the slam on the glitch. Nothing really stays alive. Just sort of rolling around. Naga finds glitch. These finds Lilac. 2 down. Rain finds another. Just sort of even trying to go back and forth. Phoenix is just sort of in there playing the Genji, 58 HP, trying to stay alive. Giggles saves his life, getting the rock onto Noct, and Booby finding Rain. Maybe another one for side of red team, just sort of staying alive. Phoenix trying to stay alive, they get the hack off on the Ball, and it's just running away. I don't know. I can't think of an analogy good enough for that. As blue team tries to sort of fall back, Lilac finds Kraken. These is just sort of stuck in the middle, and it's just red team now, just sort of taking over the fight.
Yeah, and for anybody who obviously now we're on Lilac's POV, but I have a hate for Sombra players.
Sombra players are very boring. It's fun. I can't say I'm not a Sombra player, but I'm definitely not a Sombra player. As red team finds one more, Lilac finding Knock, gets a hack onto D's, helps with D's. Phoenix just sort of trying to find Boopy. Maybe he's able to. Maybe. Nope. Boopy TP's away. Still there though. Trying to find him. There we go. Boopy finally falls. But yeah, just red team just trying to get to that point capture. Push is very tug of war. If you guys have never watched it before, it's a very interesting sort of point. But what are we seeing now?
Well, Minefield comes out here from the Mixer and the Ball, but here's the problem. Red team has 5 ults somehow already at this point, and Mixer is probably just gonna explode with the hack coming out. Because for anybody who doesn't know or anybody new to the game, Sombra's hack actually increases how much damage she does to the target that's hacked, which is kind of stupid in my opinion, because you take away their abilities and you also increase the damage you do onto them. I hate it, and I don't know why Blizzard thinks it's okay. So hopefully they did mention they were thinking about reworking Sombra's kit, so please do it as soon as possible.
Yeah, as we see Mixer using the mines and then switching over to the Ryan. Lilac hits the EMP, finds 3. Rain is using the rush there. Mixer finds him, but isn't able to do it. Noct finds Lilac, gets the beat off as well, as they're just sort of rolling down the time. Noct finds another one onto Giggles, Red team is still gets the point capture, but now they're running away with the bot, and they're just sort of trying to find Phoenix in the backline. Finally, are able to, with Naga switching over to
Nagisa.
Nagisa. Thank you.
If you've ever watched Assassination Classroom, her name comes from Nagisa from that character from Assassination Classroom. I am forgetting the last name of that character now. Yes, I am a weeb. Fight me. Fight me. I don't care.
Hey, we get the perfect balance. I don't really watch any of that stuff, any anime, anything like that. You ask me, I will have zero idea what you're talking about, whereas you do. Rally comes out for the side of Red Team, Glitch popping it, trying to walk down this Ryan. Mixer just pins into the wall. Lilac finds it as they get the Bob back right away. Noct finds Phoenix, trying to find more, sort of backing off and just sort of running away, whereas Nagisa is slowly down. Giggles finds them, and it's just Red Team walking back Bob to hopefully get the early spawn back on the side of Blue Team, or Red Team.
Does this bot even... I don't even know if the bot has a name, to be honest. Like, I've just heard people, like, call him different things, like, in the Overwatch League. But...
How about his name is Steve?
A YouTuber that I was watching actually calls him Jonathan B. Pushing.
I mean, hey, it's a name. Giggles finds one. Nagisa finds another one under Rain. It's just Red Team just slowly running him down. Mixer is dead, so Blue Team can't really hold any space right now. Just trying to find some picks. Nagisa just looking, gets the Sim turret. That's a pick. Trying to find Rain, misses the shot. It gets another one, or onto Phoenix, I'm sorry, and just sort of runs away. Kraken trying to come back, or Mixer trying to come back. 86 to Shatter. Trying to just keep on pushing the bot for Red Team. Blue Team is just sort of running it away. And Lilac is in the spawn. Noct just steals the kills. I feel like Noct isn't... Noct, even though I'm giving them credit, they're just sort of coming in and just stealing the kills. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, but then again, Noct just doesn't have a really good history with this map because Reminiscence has a history of just like deciding to blow a big lead on this map. Sorry, Rem players, but it just has happened so many times that it just is always in my brain when I watch this map. And now Noct is in a really bad spot. Des goes down off screen somewhere. Ooh, Doggy nearly hit that.
Oh, Mixer's gonna go look for the Shatter, and it gets blocked. It's blocked. Suzu rocked everything. Mixer's in a bad place. Mixer is not having fun right now. Glitch is just running at them. Glitch finds two, maybe a three. Nagisa is just whipping him. There we go. Giggles finds the rock, and yeah, it's just Red Team taking back control, using a few ults, using the wall and rally. Glitch is back at 71%, by the way.
Yeah, if you're in an outright brawl, rally builds extremely fast. However, for Brig enthusiasts like myself, their rally will be rally. I think the rework comes out in season 4. Thank God, because I really want Brig to be meta again.
Yeah, I believe Brig is coming. Brig is getting reworked next season.
Give her a shield bash back. Well, she already has it, but just give her a stun back. I want it back. I want to inflict pain on Tracers and Genjis again.
Yeah, D is popping the overclock and just finds two. Blue Team is finding all of them. Last one alive is Giggles, just trying to stay alive and staggers himself a little bit. Noct did switch over to the Zen, so it helped out a little bit. Phoenix switches right back over to the Sombra to make Noct's life pain, it seems like. But yeah, now it's Blue Team's time to turn the bot over. Hopefully they're able to move the point a bit further, but especially with push, it's very difficult to. Why is Noct in their spawn? Noct was in their spawn, gets a pick on the Phoenix, but it's an even 1-to-1 trade.
He does that a lot. Just don't worry. Not just playing flank Yada. Just don't worry about it.
Noct is playing the sideshow version of Zenyatta, where why doesn't he have footsteps? Is he not meant to flank this? Mixer finds another one. These just gets a rock to the face. Giggles finds him, and it's just Blue Team is just pushing the advantage right now with the tank alive. They can sort of do that. Glitch does have the rally out. Mixer is just sort of stuck in the front line, trying to back off. Glitch pops the rally. Booby uses the Crusader Rush. Thank you. I can't think today. Giggles finds another one, and now it's Red Team's turn to push the bot.
I feel like just tonight, neither one of us can speak.
It's rough. It's rough. Talking is hard.
Mixer has that Shatter. Hopefully it doesn't get blocked by a bunch of shields this time. And Nagi has that duplicate, which probably gonna go onto the Sigma. Yep, Sigma comes out from the duplicate, goes onto the Sigma. Mixer is already half HP, so what's knocked?
I don't know where Noct is. Nagisa finds one.
Oh, there he is. He's behind him in the corner.
Phoenix finds Noct, uses the flux. It doesn't really get anything. Trying to stay alive, gets Rain. Maybe he's able to find one. Mixer gets glitched with the pin. Now it's just the Sigma alive, trying to back off, grab the Mega, and just sort of run away and reset for this fight. Which it looks like it will be. Okay, am I just hearing that, or did they change the noise for the point cap?
I don't know if they did, but because they've done a lot Phoenix for like the last couple patches.
Yeah, Phoenix has killed Naga again, knocked again. Shatter comes out for the side of Mixer, gets one. Lily Q is finding one, gets D's. Trying to just roll into Mixer, who's trying to stay alive as much as they can. Nagisa finds one, glitch, switches over to the Moira. Rain reses Lily Q, and red team is just moving the bot now again.
Yeah,
Nocta's gonna try to spawn camp again.
Look how close the bot got to taking the lead for blue team, and Nocta's being creative. I don't know what if he keeps getting away with this, somebody's got to call the cops.
Yes, he does have the trend, so he can run away, but he just doesn't. He just decides not to use it as Deez is coming back. They just sort of have the middle control right now. Blue team does have a few ultimates online and able to use. Phoenix does. They are on the wrong side of the map, but hey, it's a thing. Phoenix is looking for this even SP. It's gonna get 4. It's gonna get 4. Just know it. Mixer just pins in off shift, stays alive somehow, gets EMP'd. EMP finds 2. Pact comes out from D, is getting overclocked, trying to find somebody, isn't able to really. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3, maybe a 4. Or is everybody dead? Nope. Phoenix is alive but ran away, I believe. These was able to find 3, gets a point win. 2 seconds left, going into overtime. 2.02 meters left for the blue team to try to get. Phoenix is going to probably try to have to touch this.
Oh!
Gets pinned out of that. Is able to get a touch, but blue team already finds 2. Boopy uses the Kitsune rush, trying to just keep everybody alive. Giggles is back as a diva, dies immediately. Mixer, Rain is there with Valk, trying to keep everybody alive, and blue team wins it. That's actually a very big surprising, especially with how far red team was able to get it to the beginning point. But that is 3-1 now for the blue team instead of the red team.
Yeah, but their Esperanza is probably one of the push maps that you have the highest chance of pulling a comeback off of. For some reason Esperanza is like one of those maps where it's one of the push maps where it's easier to flip a deficit, where Colosseo is probably the hardest one to, although I have seen it done. My former team Strix came back from 130 meter deficit to 130 to 0 meter deficit in week 4 against Jersey Boys and came back and won that map.
Yeah, Colosseo is a very fun map, especially since it's very brawl centric, and I think a lot of people really like brawl, and it's very
Junker Queen there.
I mean, yeah, Junker Queen is also very fun too. You just press one button, your entire team gets speed boost. It's almost like a Lucio, but a tank. Might as well do it. As, of course, we're talking about Brawl. We already talked about this map, too. I made a mistake calling it King's Rhine, going to King's Row for map 5. Of course.
Yep, and let's see if I know. Gotta pull the roster sheet up on the backside and check real quick here. Well, we did see Wayward is on tank on one of the teams, so, and he did play Ryan on Midtown against Toxic, so if there's a Reinhardt coming out, it might be from Wayward, and Light Rose is back in from Nepal, where she did play Ryan as well, so we probably are going to see a Ryan mirror. If not, I will be mad.
Yeah, I think we might just see them. Hey, let's do 3-3. Let's do goats. Let's just have a little bit of fun. But
I think
no.
Rollock is enabled.
Oh, if Rollock's enabled, then yeah, no, we're not seeing 3. We're not seeing goats, which I'm glad for. I did not want to cast goats. I'm sorry. I played during goats. I was a Zen player during goats. I did not want to go back to that. It was fun for a little bit, but
I never played during OG goats. I only played goats in PUGs.
Oh, it was something. Let me tell you that. I still remember the Discord rotations. You'd go Ryan first, then Brig, then whoever is left, basically, because majority of the time if they're off those two, they're both dead. But yeah, no, King's Row, classic map. I think it's sort of becoming the Dust 2 of Overwatch. Everybody loves it.
I I mean, there's
But-
a reason it's called Scrims Row.
There's a reason why
Everybody
it's
loves
called
to scrim on
Row.
that map.
Yep.
I mean, I've heard Kings Row, Scrims Row. In the wintertime, I've heard if the winter mode is on, I've heard it called Snows Row.
Yep. Yeah, Snows Row, everything like that. Everybody loves Kings Row. Again, also Lijiang Tower. I feel like a lot of people are starting to get a lot of scrim time with because that's always the first one. But yeah, heading into Kings Row, obviously we're expecting Brawl. We're probably gonna see it. What tanks would you expect? Because now we actually do have a little bit of a difference with
Ryan
Brawl
Ramacha,
tanks.
Orisa.
Ryan Ramacha Orisa, yes, of course. Whereas before it was mainly just Reinhardt
Ryan
with a Diva or a Zarya in some instances, especially since with myself because I couldn't play Diva to save my life. But
or if you're a crazy team, Ryan Sigma, Sim Bastion, AC-130.
true, yeah, true.
I
Yeah,
still hate that comp. I hate that.
it was fun. It's a fun little gimmick comp. I still gotta give it that. It's a fun little gimmick comp. Does it work more than once?
No.
Probably not. especially on the same thing. It's very much so just a sort of, hey, let's have some fun, let's TP in. I tried to get my college team to run it, didn't want to, and they hated my guts for it. But hey, I'm the IGL, so you gotta listen to me sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen pretty much everything run. Kings Row was like one of those maps where, yeah, it's mostly been dominated by Ryan, but because my team that I played on in the past, one of the teams I played on the past was better at ball. I was on Mercy on Kings Row. Probably one of the worst experiences of my life because I want to be on Lucio on Kings Row, not Mercy.
Yeah, Kings Row is Lucio's playground, Ryan's playground, May's playground too. Even though a lot of people don't like May, it's May's playground. All those close angles, but yeah, honestly, Kings Row is one of those maps where it's like, if you're good on a certain comp, you'll be playing Brawl. We saw it in, I believe, Pro-Am this week, where Twisted Minds, normally a far team, would switch over to the Brawl, it seemed like, every once in a while, especially on Kings Row. But even then, like, seen
a lot of Winston come on in Pro-Am, unless you're the London Spitfire and have the best Reinhardt in the world, hottie.
Yeah. Honestly, Winston is in the very good place too, especially in Overwatch 2, where I think it's also because Ana is very underratedly strong, and I think that a lot of teams are finally realizing how strong she is with the 3.5 second
3.5 second anti-nade effect. Some Overwatch League teams are running the Ana Kiriko backline because you still keep you keep the mobility of Kiriko and also like the split second immortality, so she can like just be around the map, and then the Ana can just be like up in the archway window or something like that. But not some teams just don't have. Some teams just are still sticking to the Lucio. Washington Justice haven't really deferred from the Lucio stuff because they have FD God, one of the best Lucio players in the world at this point. So
It was a shame that he was out of the league last year. He's always fun to watch and sort of just watch him sort of feed every once in a while, but it's fun to watch. But yeah, on his
feed God in season 4.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, with the Kiriko too, it's very interesting to watch how many different teams play her. I know Teru last year on the Hangzhou Spark was just sort of being a DPS player, just off angling. Now they're actually perma-flex support for Washington Justice, and just sort of seeing all those different play styles come out and which one was better, which one was worse, and just sort of a lot of teams getting ready to sort of realize how to play it. Obviously, she's been out for a lot longer now, and I think teams have finally realized how to play her, but it's still interesting to see how she's being played as we start to head into Kings Row. It's gonna be a time. It's gonna be time for Brawl.
Yeah, and looking at both these teams, either I have either the sheets wrong or
I think the sheets are wrong because I think a few people didn't go in, or a few people are not here. So
yeah, so I believe that so apparently for apparently right now Sketchy and Aristotle didn't show for blue team, so that's why Boopery and King Tanners are in. And then red team I think has their whole entire roster. Yep. So blue team just had a couple players that either had something come up or forgot that they signed up for Pugs tonight.
Yep. So we do have Cassidy, Reaper, Ryan, Lucio, Moira for the side of blue, and of course catchphrase. We have to. And we see Dive on the side of red team with the Winston, Sombra, Tracer, Kiriko, and Lucio. Sort of poking, prodding early out too.
Yeah, it's gonna be real tough for yep, and that's why you don't really. I won't be surprised if Light switches, because just looking at this, you don't want to play Winston to a Ryan and or a Reaper.
Yeah, but it looks like Light Rose might be.
And plus, Winston just doesn't really have anybody to dive onto in the comp that red team are running, or not red team, blue team, because everybody has a getaway tool somehow, and of course you don't want to dive with Ryan because Ryan is a tank. You're not going to kill a tank if he has the supports alive.
Yeah, we already see swaps coming out for the side of red team. Light Rose switching over to the Sigma, D's switching over to the Hanzo Biscuit, swapping over to the Baptiste. And they're sort of poking, prodding. Boopy is going down low, sort of just trying to hold shield down there at 168 health, whereas Kim is trying to keep them up down low to both teams. And just now they start to engage. D's finds Jay Sketchy, trying to stay alive. Hacked immediately comes out, dies immediately for Boopy as red team finds 3, finds 4, Light Rose finding 2 of their own, and Biscuit finding 1, and it's just a team kill immediately for the side of red team.
You saw Jay type "oh cool" in chat. That's because Hanzo. No offense, Dez I know has really good aim. He's a really great flex DPS player, but Hanzo's an RNG character. You point, you shoot, you hit a head, log.
Yeah, Hanzo is one of those characters, especially recently, where they've been getting a lot more playtime because of how strong and I feel like almost overtuned they are. Whereas blue team is just sort of holding this corner, not willing to push up to library in case Mixer is just sort of sitting in the backline, which they are. Sort of just chilling there. Deez already has the dragon, finds King Tanner through the wall, uses the dragon, maybe trying to split a few, as Giggles is sort of waiting there. Biscuit finds 1. Red team is just sort of walking forward, trying to find more. Giggles just decides, hey, I'm going to fade in, force out Lamp, force out ability at least. Mixer finds it, but now red team just has the full point of the payload, and finally almost already has point 2, but I believe blue team might be able to get 1 more touch.
Yeah, and Mixer's nearing that EMP, which can shut down the coalescence and the sound barrier that blue team are nearing. Pretty much every ult that blue team is nearing, Mixer can shut it down with the EMP, and Flux EMP is still a viable combo. Since EMP does do damage now, it doesn't just take away abilities.
Yeah, which honestly, in my opinion, is a pretty good change as we see Biscuit use out the window. And Boopy Ree is just walking forward. They're walking forward, trying to find one. Flux coming out for the side of Light Rose. Kim uses the Coalescence, finds King Tanners, maybe trying to find another one, might be able to. Boopy Ree is hacked, just having a bad time right now. She is just having a bad time, just walking back, trying to keep shield up. Gets the shatter, finds 1, finds Ana, just walking into a wall. As Dez finds 1, Dez finds 2. Dez might find a 3rd, maybe. Nope. Hack comes out, and red team gets a 3rd point.
Yeah, you really expect the Ryan comp to beat the Sigma, because Sigma sucks in close range brawl. But the problem with blue team is they're not like cohesively grouping and running at the Sigma or whatever. Running at the Sigma. And plus, Dez right now has just been a complete menace. Every fight they've kicked off at least with like 1 or 2 picks. They almost get picked there, as you can see their health bar on the top screen, but Mixer's just held onto that EMP and it hits 3? No, I think it hit 4, but like Jay just died instantly.
Yeah, I think it had 4. Dez finds 3 immediately, 2 to Dragon, 1 to a headshot. Lit Rose finds 1, and it's just Kim alive. They could get touched, especially since red team sort of forgot the points back there for a little second. But they do all respawn. They're all coming out this left-hand side. Kim decides to switch over to the Kiriko now, as blue team has majority of their ults. They do have walls, so they're going to try to probably use that. Using the Noon, trying to find somebody. Lamp gets forced out. Lamp is forced out still, because they don't have for this fight. Hack comes out for the side of red team, and just sort of in a stalemate now. J Sketch uses the beat, got very low. Red team is trying to engage with this. Red team counters the beat, trying to keep him alive. Uses the window here. Boopy is just trying to find a way. Finds the pin onto Mixer, who's just standing in the back line trying to get a hack off, and does it just standing there trying to find somebody, trying to find a kill. Just sort of stilling there. Stuck comes out, wall goes down, Mixer switches over to the Symmetra now, and both teams just ended a stalemate.
Yeah, and Light Rose is nearing that flux. Jace used the beat, so there's no really big counter, except for the Suzu. Flux catches King, and Light got 2 somehow. I don't. And uh-oh, this is not looking good for.
Yeah, this is not looking good. Light Rose finds 2. Dez just dragons the doorway. Like, that's a team kill there.
Nice follow from Ana. She booped Jay and Kim into that Dragon Strike.
Yeah, that was once they got their flux off, immediately finding 2 from the side of red team. It was basically map point there with how close they were.
Yeah, and sorry, I had to stretch my legs, cramping from sitting that long. But yeah, red team, they basically had the comp that in theory should have gotten countered by blue team's comp, but Dez just being a complete menace. Dez basically pulled off what I want to call the budget Flora look, where they just existed and weren't really dealt with, because Flora on the Washington Justice did the same thing yesterday, where they just existed as Hanzo and weren't dealt with.
Yeah, and also too, this is PUGs again, reiterating that, so everybody's just having fun. Not really a lot of cohesion. So yeah, it's just fun. Whereas we see Light Rose switching over to the Junker Queen, something that you said you liked on this map.
Junker, I love playing Junker Queen. She's just super fun to she's super fun to play. I didn't play her that much in beta, and then I decided to pick her up one day, and now I'm really good at her. I don't know what happened. And Light is running one of my favorite skins for Junker Queen, the Zeus skin, the Zeus Mythic skin from last season.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's probably the second best in my opinion, Mythic skin out of the 3.
What's the first?
The first has got to be the Kiriko one.
Oh,
Kiriko one from this season is the best. In my opinion, the worst one is that Genji skin from season 1. But of course, they're just gonna get better as they go. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the shurikens in it. It just looks weird.
Yeah, but blue team are running more of a dive comp with King on the, and King does find Dez immediately here. So, I don't think Giggles is doing some flanking right now.
Yep, Lit Rose finds Boopy. King Tanners finds another one on to 3. Lit Rose finds Jay Sketchy. Lit Rose finds 3. Lit Rose finds 3. Finding 4, maybe. Yep, there's 4. As Giggles is in the back line. Lit Rose went on a tear there, even though we weren't able to watch it. Boopery is switching over to the Reinhardt, so maybe switching to a little bit of a brawl, maybe not.
Maybe, but Jay goes over to the Cutico. Kim stays on the honor. They're staying what they have right now. I think Giggles is more on the transfer to be able to contest Dez, since Dez has just been completely a mess. Even though Dez felt early in the fight, Light just pulled up the slack, and Dez immediately picks off King, so getting revenge for that first pickup in the last fight.
Yeah, exactly, getting revenge almost. Dez is just waiting for the Tracer of Giggles to poke their head out, as blue team is just sort of stuck around this corner, can't really make a move, can't really do much, just sort of poking, prodding. Dez finding another one immediately, and now blue team is just have to back off again, finding another one on the King Tanners. Is he gonna overheat? Maybe. He's walking forward, trying to find another one in the Kiriko. And blue team is just, you know what? I'm done. We're just walking into spawn. We don't care anymore.
Yeah, and Kim goes over to the Lucio, Giggles over to the Sojourn. But Dez has built up that Dragon Strike already, so most of the areas here where blue team wants to rotate, Dragon is going to come through, and oh boy, that split. That basically a split Boobery and King open. Symmetric Mixer just on the microwave, I guess.
Yeah, that was rough. Dez's dragon just splitting him out. I can't really do much about it, as Lit Rose now has the Junker Queen ult. Rampage? Okay. I wanted to make sure I was right with that. I couldn't remember it off the top of my head.
There's a lot of ultimates to remember now that, like, since Junker Queen, Kiriko, Ramatra, and Sojourn have been at, and Dez got another one.
Dez finds another one. Light Rose finding 3 with the Ramatra, with the Junker Queen ult Rampage. Getting one with King Tanners, but trying to find another one onto Kim. Mixer finds Giggles, and blue team is back in spawn again.
Yeah, great pickoff there from Dez. It basically took the one counter to Junker Queen off the table, being the protection Suzu that nullifies any negative effects. So Earth Shatter, Hack, Anti-Grenade, Rampage, it will just completely negate it. They do have the Rush coming out here, and Giggles has decided if Dez can do it, I can do it, and they immediately got Dez off the bat. So finally, Dez has been cut from his Rampage.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like the rest of blue team can really do anything. Giggles trying to find the Baptiste, can't really do it. Red team is just chopping down the blue team right now. Lit Rose, I believe, finding 3 in that fight. And that's just another team fight win. Coming back from spawn, 30 seconds left for the blue team to try to get this point, where they really haven't even touched the point at all yet. They've just been stuck by statue.
They've been stuck by statue because it's either Dez picking somebody off first or Light just engaging so fast that they're not able to do anything.
Eagles fighting Dez.
But every time Dez has fallen, Light has killed 3. So we'll see if that trend continues.
Yep.
Where was Ana at?
King Tanner's finds Ana. I don't know where they were. Boopy has the shatter. Maybe trying to drop it. Nope, Light Rose is just holding onto it. Light Rose finds 1. Are they going to find 3 again? Light Rose is behind him. I don't think they realize it. Dragon comes out from the side of Giggles. Light just sort of capping the point for blue team. Gets 2 ticks right now. Rampage is out, dropping the Rampage. Gets 3. Giggles on 1. Giggles falls. Dez finding 2 more, and blue team is just over. Dez finding 3 to end it. Booby does Dragoning to save it, and that is map point for the side of red team. It is now 3-2 heading into our final map.
Yeah, and like I said, every time Dez fell, Light got like 3 or 4 picks, just picking up the slack. There was 2 problems for blue team. Dez on that Hanzo, as seen here, or Light on that Junker Queen, which and Dez Dez was on a tear. I'm pretty sure they had like more final blows than anybody else on their team. As people know in the community call that the Fleta deadlift, where you have half of your team's final blows. I'm pretty sure Dez achieved that.
Yeah, Dez was popping off, getting those early picks early on, and even when he fell, then my brain just farted. The Junker Queen.
Yeah, and quick side note, Wayward has donated $20 for the fundraiser as well, so big thank you to them.
Oh, let's go Wayward. I loved your Rhine. Obviously, you got taken away a lot of times via Toxic. But if you want to be like Wayward and donate to this ability, !donate down below. But during Tranquility Gaming event week, we are collecting donations for, of course, the Rise Above the Disorder. If you don't know what Rise Above the Disorder is, it is a mental health awareness sort of thing. Rise Above the Disorder. I can't talk today. It's very rough. They are on a mission to make mental health care accessible to everyone and everywhere. They are there to help people find their mental health treatments as they need, and for those who are unable to afford it, they cover the costs. They help people regardless of health insurance or budget, because everyone deserves to get the mental help that they need. We hope that you'll join us and consider making a donation to this important cause. You can get the link to donate by typing exclamation point donate in the chat, like Wayward just did a few moments ago. And of course, we're heading into map 6. Might as well end it off on some Antarctic Peninsula, which is the newest map in the game. A lot of Brawl has been being played in the Pro-Am. A lot of teams have just been sort of running it, having some success, some not. It's still very weird and sort of new and open to a lot of people. I know myself. It's a new map, so nobody likes it I feel like. But what are your thoughts on it?
If you've never played it, you're gonna hate it. Just saying.
Yeah.
But it's. I played it a couple times, whether gaining a comp or screaming on. It's not that bad of a map. I actually like. It is comparable to the way Li Zhang is, in my opinion, with how each point is basically pretty much Brawl centric, but you can run variants. Like on Li Zhang, you can run Rhine, you can run Ramatra, you can run Monkey, you can run Ball. Pretty much the same thing with Antarctic. You can run like pretty much anything. And like I said that Doom sucks, but Boston Uprising insists that Doom is good because they keep running it on Icebreaker and having success with it.
Yeah, Icebreaker is the one that I feel like is the weirdest out of the 3. Obviously, you have Labs, which is sort of a very weird point because you can't really go further than like the capture point itself. You have the Underground, which I can't remember the name of, which is very Brawl sub-level. Thank you. which is very, very brawl centric, and having that little high ground with the fishbowl point that I like to call it, sort of like Numbani and
And they disabled the fish bowls because they found out that if you shoot into it enough, it crashes the server.
oh man, that's funny. But yeah, no, so it's a very weird map, and then of course with Icebreaker, you have a lot of Pharah, I feel like, being played, that you can run the brawl very easily. There's a few monkey comps that you can run. There's a few Doom comps. That's sort of the one that's very like Gardens, where it's very open to what you can play with it.
Yeah, and I Icebreaker, I last week when I was casting Luminous Foxes versus Flashback, I thought Icebreaker was the labs point because I just hadn't figured out which point was called what. So now I know that the one with the boat on it is Icebreaker. I call it like I like it because it's like Li Jiang, where I'm a Lucio player. Teams make mistakes, like they rotate edge on either labs, or Icebreaker. I can go for the boot because that's literally what I love to do as Lucio, is just go for environmentals. And seeing that labs has been the first point here, if any team rotates coast, they're going to their grave.
Yeah, as we start off with labs, which in my opinion, I feel like it should be called something else. And I feel like sub-level or sub-level should be called labs. That's my thoughts about it, but I'll be in the minority, I feel like. But we do see sort of mirror Rhine comps coming out. Backlines are a little bit different, with Ana Lucio on the side of blue, Bap Kiriko on the side of red. Ana Kiriko
problem here. Oh, never mind. I thought some was AFK because they hadn't chosen the hero yet, but
okay.
They were just taking a little while. But both teams running the Reinhardt. The only difference being is the DPS line and the support line. Big anti comes out from the, I believe that was Sky.
Yeah.
Onto Nagi and Biscuit there.
Yeah, as Lily trying to find the microwave, trying to find it. Phoenix is sleeping. Lily finds one, but Otterpaws wakes them up and lets them stay alive. Blue team does have control of this little high ground, which is sort of very important for the side of labs. As red team does decide, hey, I'm just going to cap the point. I don't care if you're on the high ground. I'm just going to walk onto it, trying to find a wall off. Otter is not able to. Some is now currently sleeping, as red team is now trying to turn the fight. Phoenix finds one, and blue team sort of is forced to give it up. Cat is just sort of backing off. Naga finds another one of the Some, and they're just sort of in a stalemate now.
Yeah, and interesting. Jay has decided to switch over to the Mercy. Sky is nearly in that nano boost already, but Biscuit has it about. Nagisa has Earth Shatter up from all that damage, so I wonder if Cat is going to be expecting the Earth Shatter to come up, or you can just put the Red to sleep. That works too.
Yeah, you can put the Rhine to sleep. Cat is close to their own Shatter. Wall comes up. Nano comes down. Wall gets blocked. Shatter gets blocked by their own Bay wall. Shatter's out for the side of red team. Cad finds one onto the Nano Bash, and Otter finds one. Sky finds the Reinhardt on the other team, and they're just trying to ring around the rosy with the Reinhardt. Phoenix kills himself, so they're technically down a few. Blue capped the point now. Cad is finding another one, and it's just blue from here. Red team is just trying to run away, whereas Sky finds another one, which that wasn't a very unlucky pin for the side of Cad, who apparently didn't get him, but someone's coming back from spawn, and it's just the Rhine's back here.
Yeah, that was a really unfortunate time from Otter to put the wall up to block their own Rhine Shatter.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate from the side of Otter. They do have this May freeze, which could be sort of big, especially if they are able to get Cad out of position, which they are sort of able to do, trying to freeze him down. Wall comes out, I believe, from the side of blue team, and they're just trying to keep alive. Cad finds one. Phoenix is on a quick little flank here for one. Otter finds Lily Q, trying to stay alive. Some is sticking up. Blue reses it. Otter finds Jay Sketchy now, as they're still alive. Red finds one. Cad finds nothing with the Shatter, gets blocked by the Rhine shield, and it's still red team still alive. Cad is still alive though, with the Nano trying to make something out of nothing, and I doubt they're able to, trying to find a way, and they stay alive though, but red team gets the point flip.
Yeah, now Nagi has another Earth Shatter up, and hopefully this time Otter does not block it with their May wall. But a massive anti-grenade connects from Sky there.
Yeah, hopefully massive anti-nade. Nagi finds one, gets two more with the Shatter, finding one. Phoenix finds one and doesn't get the other, but that's basically a fight win already, using the Kiriko, using the Kitsune Rush plus the Shatter to basically get a few more percentage and get over the blue team's 56%.
Yeah, and The only ult they had to use was that Earth Shatter. Phoenix has the Artillery Strike, and Honor has that Blizzard, which you can combo those two, so then the team cannot do anything about the incoming tactical nuke above their head.
Yeah, as Nagza, I can't pronounce anything today, gets purple, just sort of poking, prodding, trying to find an opening. Phoenix uses the Artillery Strike to try to find something, gets nothing with it. Whereas some copies of Reinhardt, trying to beat him down now. Mayfreeze comes out, got one, gets two. Phoenix finds one, trying to stay alive. Phoenix trying to get Sky with the Ana, just sort of poking, prodding, trying to find a pick anywhere. Overtime ticks now for the side of red team, trying to get this point off. Cad does have the Shatter, trying to make something out of nothing, whereas he looks like he's about to be the only person on the point. Blue team is just.
Biscuit has the nano boost, so. And Nagi almost had another Earth Shatter, and Soul Shatter on the Bastion. I get it. We all hate Bastion, dude.
Yeah, Cad finds two, Otterpaws finds, or Cad finds one, Otterpaws finding two, and it's just red teams to lose now. They just get the point capture into overtime.
As you can see, that little bit in the chat. Both the Reinhardt players are traditionally support players, so little fun fact there. And Cad in chat has admitted that they are getting diffed currently by Nagi, although Nagi's own Mei decided to diff them by walling their Shatter off on the first Shatter. But Otter is going away from the Mei, and red team has decided to run Shimada Brothers. I would call it like a Shimada trio, because Kiriko is technically lore affiliated with the Shimada clan, but you know.
Which, in my opinion, I feel like that's just it's dumb. I feel like it's dumb. They're sort of, they know each other, but blue team is just going full brawl. They're just going full brawl with the Ana instead of the Baptiste. Red team is sort of going this sort of untraditional route with Shimada Brothers plus Kiriko, Ana, and the Reinhardt. But red team, they both bake it there at the same time. Fire Strike comes recalling back. Otterpaws is low, but gets healed up. Blue team is just taking the advantage right now. Counterpin comes out for the side of Nagi and doesn't die. Purple comes big onto the side of Biscuit, gets two already. Some gets Otter, and red team is just taking control of this and getting all the point as well as the point capture.
Yeah, and the Hanzo coming out. We'll see if Phoenix can replicate how much success Dez had with the Hanzo on King's Row there. Soma is currently, they got dealt with, but Sky has DC'd.
Yep, Sky DC'd. Ripperoonies?
Sky has DC'd or Pink Spike DC.
Yeah, Pink Spike DC. So hopefully we'll be back. Hopefully that will be fixed soon. But we want to talk about a little bit of the point, because obviously Brawl is very strong there, as we just saw. But what do you, with the two Genjis, obviously red team got that point first, but what did you see there that sort of surprised you a little bit?
Composition wise, I don't see Genji played there at all.
I mean, I don't think we see Genji play it at all anyway, so.
Yeah, I haven't seen Genji that much since he got nerfed. I've seen him like a couple times in dive, in like traditional dive, like with Ana, Genji, whatever, you know. But seeing the Genji come out was a little bit odd. But Hanzo still works on that point there too, because the first high ground where teams like to fight, Hanzo can just shoot down. Storm arrows are a great thing to shoot down there. But red team still technically has a little bit more advantage because they have that Mei to cut off Nagi, but it was a good Mei wall coming out initially, but the problem was that Biscuit never rotated down from that window, so they were able just to sit up there and heal their Reinhardt that was walled off and hit a nade onto any enemy that was trying to collapse on their Reinhardt.
Yeah, and plus two, Otter was able to get that deflect onto one of the two fire strikes from the side of blue team. It was able to do some damage as well. So they were able to like sort of, even though Genji is sort of weak, they're still able to provide a lot of impact, and especially like you talked about it before, Biscuit's anti-nade onto Jay and the Reinhardt was sort of big, especially since that was the turning point of that first fight, just being able to get the first two and then just sort of rolling from there.
Yeah, and the first fight on Antarctic on sub level is probably the one to find, like, because if you holding any point on Antarctic is hard to retake, because for some reason Blizzard decided to design all 3 spawns like far away from the point enough, and you have to rotate into a narrow choke in like each point. For some reason, that's just the way Blizzard designed that. The only one that's kind of more wide open is Icebreaker, but seeing how Blue Team is playing that, they're currently up 1-0 after taking labs off of Red Team. I won't be surprised if we don't see Icebreaker and sub-level is the final decider here.
Yeah, and especially too with going to Sub-Zero, like those alleyways are very, very skinny. And especially since after you cap first point, you sort of want to have like your Rhine pushed up to the other high grounds. That way he can sort of control which way they're going. They know which way. If they go stairs, he can just meet them there, swing a bunch, and hopefully get a bunch of cleave. If they go high ground, they can sort of if they go that left side, he can sort of meet them there. He's sort of best on that point. And then it's just sort of like, even like with the wide open one is with Icebreaker, it's very thin with those 3 openings that they have. There's 3 or 4 openings that they really have. It's sort of wide, and then it goes to that sort of very split open, the very tight open.
There's definitely 4 openings. You can rotate around the backside of the Mega Pack room on Icebreaker. Some teams don't go in there because, well, it's a small room. You don't really want to be in there when you're rotating into a brawl. But another thing on sub-level where teams I've seen run Ramatra, because he still acts like a pseudo Reinhardt, and he can control the lanes with the slow and Nemesis form. And Nem form does penetrate through shields. So he can outbrawl a Reinhardt if given with the correct support, because punching a Reinhardt to death with Ramatra, even if he tries to shield up, he's still going to be taking damage. But most of the time you don't see Roms going after Rhines. You see them going after the backline after they throw down their slow ability, which I still think needs to get buffed because it really doesn't do much.
No, it really doesn't. I feel like it should be, especially since it was sort of it was shown. It was like shown. Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
It was like shown to be the thing to counteract mobility.
Pharah and Echo, like flying characters. That was like the biggest thing was it can ground Pharah and
it
Echo.
Can ground flyers, but
it only has like a max range of
it has a maximum range for Pharah and Echo. You just hover above it, so it's pretty much like it pretty much you can just negate the effect there. And Lucio players have figured out that they can use it to their advantage, but by dropping Sound Barrier in the Ravenous Vortex, you actually cast it faster because it pulls you to the ground faster.
Yeah, which is very interesting and fun actions with each team, with each sort of ability that Overwatch sort of has. There's been a lot of, I feel like, in my opinion, especially with Grav and like Shatter back in like OG Overwatch 1, where the Rhino would just be flung into the air sometimes. Because, yes.
I didn't start playing Overwatch until Sigma was released.
Oh, so yeah. Yeah, no, I've been playing since season 1. I've actually been playing since release. So yeah, that's old Overwatch there. That's I'm ancient. I'm a dinosaur.
Look, heading back in here because Sky has rejoined.
There we go.
Red team still has Red team obviously has capped the point. Sky unfortunately resetting her ult charge because of that DC, which means Biscuit does have the nano boost advantage. And another big nade hit by Biscuit after Lilac goes down.
Yeah, and Red team finding 2 more, just sort of resetting. Otterpaw's finding 2 by themselves. Yeah, and it just seems like it's like a quick little reset for Blue team, especially after Sky DC. Everybody was sort of pushed up and didn't realize that, hey, Sky is sort of gone. We can't really do much. So sort of reset, quick little reset. Side Red team does have a lot of ults. They do have the Dragon Strike, which is honestly sort of it's very useful on this sort of map, especially like how we talk about how tight the corridors are. Being able to get the Dragon, that's it. Big Shatter. Oh. Nagi finds 1. Otterpaw's finding 2. Phoenix using 3. Yeah, that's just another quick reset for the side of Blue team as Red team gets up to over 65%.
Little bit of a fun interaction there. If a Rhine has the enemy pinned and your own Rhine counter pins, your own Rhine becomes the surface that would kill you. So it inadvertently Cad killed Sky.
Yep, it's a very fun ability. It's very fun when you get pinned, especially since there's like 30 different hitboxes. But CAD does have the shatter here. They do nano. They nano the Kiriko.
Kiriko?
Nano Kiriko can do some damage. Biscuit is just sort of walking into CAD. CAD gets it. Blade comes out, finds Sky, finds one, maybe finding two, trying to find two. CAD dies. Naga finds one. J Sketch gets another one. As Otter is sort of stuck in a corner. Question mark.
Yeah.
But blue team is just trying to hold this. Yeah.
They're dead.
They're dead.
Comes out. Blue team does flip the point here, but Sky had to switch over to the more. They only have the beat to work with now, and red team did expend some ultimates, being like the Nano and the Blade, but Nagi and Phoenix halfway to their ults. Kim still has a rush, which basically makes Ryan into. I don't really know how to describe Ryan in Kitsune Rush. He just swings super fast.
He's just a hammer turret. That's all it is.
Yeah, basically that.
He just swings. You just press mouse 1, you just tape down mouse 1, and you just swing permanently. But
Also
yeah, red team.
You press down shift.
Yep. Red team is trying to take this high ground here. Close to a few ultis. Obviously, they do have the Kitsune Rush, trying to use it. Turret form out from some. It's close to the artillery strike. Probably trying to use that as red team is getting on the point, slowly catching up. They need to have somebody drop. Rush comes out. Beat comes out from the side of red. Otterpaws dies. Side of Sky. Red team is just trying to keep everybody alive. Maybe gets the pin onto CAD. CAD falls. Shatter falls and he drops with it by accident. Lilyq is just getting Biscuit. Lilyq finds another one as red team is still trying to cap the point. Phoenix is trying to find the Bastion. Gets the Bastion. Blade comes out. Pin comes out at least. I don't know why I thought Blade came out. But yeah, that's basically just fight play.
Cassidy now.
Yep, Otter down to the Cassidy. I could have sworn I heard a Genji.
Nano coming up for Biscuit here. Sky has Coalescence. CAD almost has that Shatter. I will say that Nagi probably would have landed that Shatter on more people, but J Sketch booped them off of the high ground. So that was really sad. That was real unfortunate there. But Biscuit has that now. Phoenix has Dragon Strike, which can just basically force blue team off of that high ground.
Yeah, which looks like what they're trying to do. They are trying to retake it though after 2 purple for the side of blue team. CAD and J Sketch. Nano comes out for the side for Reinhardt, drops down, gets counter pinned out though. Blue team is just trying to stay alive. Kim falls. Big purple for the side of blue team as another shatter comes on for the side of CAD. Red team is just trying to stay alive, but they're not able to touch the point as team takes the sort of the semi-reverse sweep 99-0 to 100-99 1-1. We are heading to Icebreaker.
Yep, and the Icebreaker is the map where you can play pretty much everything. And I've seen, if you've watched Pro AM lately, you've seen D.Va, you've seen Reinhardt, you've seen Ramattra, you've seen Doomfist. Pretty much any tank, most tanks are viable on this point. And Phoenix has gone. Phoenix switching back over to the Bastion, now into the Sim. Stop playing. This is not Mystery Heroes.
Hey, it could be.
I don't even know why Blizzard decided to make competitive Mystery Heroes, and I don't know why.
Hey, it's fun. Flats was able to play it, so that way, hey, guess what? We can play it now. As we see the Penguin, we're seeing Brawl sort of on both sides. Brawl on blue side with a D.Va comp on the side of red side, but without the Pharah for an Echo instead. Sky is already in the front lines and already getting chopped down, already at half HP. CAD is just sort of looking as they sort of try to go back and forth. CAD, J Sketchy finds 2, Otter finds 2, man. Biscuit finds another one, but it's just red team is already found 3, and blue team is just running away as fast as they can.
Yeah, and especially with the comp that red team are running like kind of a pseudo dive with a D.Va instead of a Winston, because D.Va has a little more mobility, a little more survivability. She pretty much just ignores the Reinhardt and goes for the backline. And you see CAD switching over to the Zarya, so she can capitalize a little more off of the sim turrets and the damage coming out to get charge. Because D.Va can't defense matrix a laser.
Yeah, no, D.Va cannot defense matrix with a laser as they are purple and now at a half HP. Biscuit is a half HP as CAD just keeps on trying to walk in. Teleporter comes out for the side of Phoenix, trying to escape, does escape. Actually, never mind, Sky finds them. And now red team is down 1, whereas Nagisa tries to dive into the Sky, tries to get one, falls to Kim, or some falls to Kim. Lily gets one. Nagisa is just falling completely. And blue team just decides to do a clean sweep of the red team, only getting them to about 40 to 41%.
Yeah, and Sky almost has a nano, Cad building for their grab, both DPS coming up too. Nagi only really has that bomb for anything because Kim is nearing the coalescence zone, so is Phoenix on that sim well, but it's gonna be tough pushing back in here because Zarya. It's hard to kill Zarya when she has both supports alive. The only way you can do is like burst her, which has no bubbles, but Discord Orb does provide a lot of extra pressure. And Otter just picked Some out in the open for some reason. Some decided it would be a good idea to stay in the open against Echo. But Phoenix gets picked off on the back end.
Yeah, Cad finds one more with the Nano, so they did use Nano in that fight, even though it was a very quick fight. Just sort of red team is just sort of running back. Cad gets a little bit overzealous, trying to find another pick, gets down, gets chopped on the half HP. Kim uses a Coalescence to try to stay alive. Cad is still trying to stay alive as much as they can. Dies finally to the Coalescence as Lilyq does have the Mayfreeze, trying to get Nagisa out of mech and is able to, which counters the bomb, throws the mail onto point, trying to find people and does find and almost finds Biscuit. The wall is available for the side of Phoenix as they quickly use it as red team finds two and are able to flip the point with only 61 for the side of blue team, and they're trying to find Sky, but Sky does get bubbled and red team is just trying to reset and back onto the point, where Sky does fall to the skill orb of Kim's Moira.
Yeah, and now blue team have 3 ults coming in here. Red team doesn't do have the Transcendence, so if Nagi does not eat the grab, it's not like the end of the world. Unless Sky hits a massive nade onto the team, then Transcendence is completely negated. And Otter does have that duplicate, and where is Some going?
Some is going somewhere.
He's doing his best Noct impression right now.
Yeah, as Cad just decides to walk in, about to trying to use the grab probably, but it's chopped down immediately. Beat comes out, wall comes out for the side of blue team, and they are fighting this 4v5. Some finds Kim, trying to find the entire backline. Biscuit is about to fall, maybe. Blue team finds 2. Biscuit finds Jay Sketchy. Some is still trying to find one. Some finds Biscuit finally, trying to go after the Echo. Close down. D.Va is weak as red team gets up to 94, 95, 96% now, and it's just Cad who's coming back with the gravitation.
Yeah, the good news is Nagi is really low HP. It doesn't have that bomb, but Cad overextends. They didn't have their supports with them, so it grabs off the table completely. Now Biscuit has a Transcendence to use whatever they think is necessary.
Yeah, and Otterpaws just cleans up, getting the last 2, and that is 0.2 for the red team. Now it is tied actually 3-3, but we actually do not. It doesn't look like we have any maps left, as that is the URM PUGs red team and blue team both tied at 3-3 so far, as Cad gets play of the game.
Yeah, and it's looking good. Like maybe flippable at the end there for blue team, but Cad just overextends a little bit, not knowing that their supports are still on the way back from spawn. Dies with the graviton. Real unfortunate there for them.
Yeah, and it was rough too, because especially because after the second point, it looked like they could be able to turn it really and be able to win that third map, but they just at the end just weren't able to muster up enough damage, and the red team was just able to stay alive for longer.
But red team just able to stay alive longer. Nagi was like 1 HP for that whole entire time, but just was able to get enough damage onto Cad so the Echo focusing beam could burst them down. But that was the final map of the URM PUGs here.
Yeah, and of course, that was, as you just said, that was the last map of the URM PUGs. If you didn't miss, if you want to donate again and you still want to, of course, !donate in the chat. You'll be pulled into the donation link. And if you still want to, again, this is event week for Tranquility. We have events the entire week. Obviously, today was the URM PUGs. Tomorrow, Monday, was the TXCXX 1v1 tournament. Tuesday is the 3v3 elimination tournament. Wednesday is Widowmaker Wednesday, Widowmaker 1v1 tournament. Thursday is Brawl Night. And Friday are staff PUGs. For myself, Karma, for Denji, for Laggy, and for Mr. Mike. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your night.